Started out on live, man, that was the play. Streaming every night, building up the sway. But as the site faded, I had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray. Got my crew behind me, yeah, we call them givers. Chillin' IRL, catching all the rivers. Farkle in the chat, bringing loss to the grind. Talking crypto games while we sipping Jack Fine. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart. New Zealand vibes, surfing waves day to night. Always looking for the next thrill, that's where I ignite. Community so solid, always shining bright. Rolling deep and cruising for the height. From the struggle to the stream, it's all just a game. But with the giver found, we're making our name. Jack and crypto profits, life just gets sweeter. Every view and every stream, making life a keeper. Give us a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. So here's to the journey, no regrets in sight. Each laugh and each tear, it's a beautiful fight. Keep the wave rolling, let the good vibes flow. We're the givers, together in the show. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. Flip the script, it's how we play a game. First not to the next time, chasing fame. With the year behind me, changing scenes. So through the internet, living out the dream. Got my acoustic strum, keeping it chill for our cracking jokes. Always fuck the thrill. In the end, the king needs to ride the waves. Our most dreams from no better days. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme.
Okay, you got here second. Hello, the internet. It is Tuesday, the 12th of May, 2026. Welcome back to the channel. I was muted. I muted myself and I realized it. You know what? That's the first time that's happened where I've done the mute, realized the mute, cleaned the mute, come back from the mute, successfully unmuted it. Shortest mute ever. Totally. Yeah. Doesn't get any short. You know, it doesn't get shorter than that. It doesn't get short.
Peace and love.
With
peace and love.
And love. Yo, Woz. How you doing, Woz? It doesn't get shorter than you claiming the first place position to the stream. And Woz was second. This is a little thing. By the way, Duncan, I see Duncan on YouTube. Surely AI can take care of shovel work. Shovel work. The title of this stream, trying to find the best camping shovel. There's a reason why I'm doing this, but we'll explain that in a second. But shovel work, what a great word. There was an EP by a band called Flanders from Western Australia back when I lived over in Perth. They had an EP called Spadework. Does that count? Spadework, shovel work? I like it. But Duncan, you may not know this. I'm going to let you know right now. How am I going to do this? In the YouTube chat. I think that worked. In the YouTube chat, right there for you, Duncan. Sign up to Valora. Come on over to the Valoras. Valora.tv. It's a new streaming platform. I know. There's always new platforms. It's always this. It's always that. Well, not always, but in the wake of one platform dying, at least a new platform has alived itself. Valora TV is here to fill the space between those who used to stream on DLive.tv. Valora.tv. Now, there's a referral link there.
Okay, that's very good.
It is very good. Thank you, Trump. Appreciate that. It's very good. Valora.tv features extremely low latency. So when I'm here, you're there. And when you're there, I'm here. And it's almost like we're here together. It's almost like there are no boundaries. It's one global planet here. It's one big party. Speaking of party, what about that website, party.com? And you can trigger trumpets, such as On Fire Jim. How you doing, Jim? No.
What a do, everybody.
What a do, everybody. Yeah, and one of the big things about Valora, by the way, I just actually put that referral link, not just the one I put there, but if anyone's watching from the Aussie Hex Pulse Party Group, which is a Twitter direct message, group message, I don't post in there ever, but I see a lot of the conversation. And I just went in there and said, hey, I'm pretty quiet in here, folks, but I do miss the old D-Live days. You guys should all come over to Valora and help start the crypto contingent over here. Hexy Mofo's already come across, and then I put my referral link as well. So if there are any Hexicans that have come across from X Twitter, from that conversation, hello, sign on up. I don't know what a referral link does at this point, but at least it's some kind of tracking. Tells you who brought you to the platform. Maybe there'll be something used with that later on. We don't know. Duncan, you've got it in the YouTube and the Twitter sphere. The X sphere has it there on the Hexy chat. Look at you promoting the Valora skins like a mofo. Dude, I mean, I'm doing what I said I shouldn't do. Like, you know, I'm out. But you know what? I'm out here swinging and kicking and fussing and cussing and having a great time about Valora because I'm seeing good things. Look, I'm not out there kicking and fussing and hussing and cussing about flashy.social, right? Because I don't see anything good. I'm seeing really good things here. And I just don't want there to ever come a point where we talk about the golden era of Valora and everyone's like, Valora, what's that? I'm like, no. You, gives a minute, this chat, we've been talking about it for ages, so you're never going to miss out because we always talk about it. Yeah, On Fire, me either. Yeah. Daleski, me too. Hush your mouth, son. Yeah. But this conversation today about folding camping shovel. Now, why do I need a camping shovel? Currently, I've got a little plastic one that I use to dig up this is a little bit crass, but you know me, there's nothing soft limits here. When you're out camping, you need to do a poop. You can do two things. You can just go and lay the cable and then walk away, or you can do what you should do and dig a hole, snap one off in the hole and then cover it back up. That way no one has to see it. Now that's how I've been doing it forever. Dig a little hole, plop, cover it back in, walk away, no one's the wiser. The shovel I've got is a little garden spade. It's just a little plastic one, you know, with a small handle and this and that. It's a little bit weak, a little bit lousy. Also, you cannot use it for anything other than digging the poop hole. You can't pick up hot coals with it. You can't move the fire around with it. So I was thinking, what about a shovel like this? An actual camping shovel that folds up. So it's very compact, goes in the same sort of small spot in Govan. Govan's kind of tiny. I got space is a premium. And I can also use it to pick up hot coals to put on the cooking. And I can pick up hot steaming turds. Well, actually, you don't touch the turd. You just dig the hole. So that's what I want to do today. I mean, it seems like a nothing burger, right? You'd be able to find a shovel easily. But would you believe when researching this at a distance, there are many things about camping shovels that need to come into play. Mainly, how does it fold up? How does it get to that compact status? So that's what I want to do today. So if you like poo, if you like pooping and camping, maybe this is the stream for you. Quality equipment is worth the dollars usually. Yeah. So we did use that shovel. Both Marty and I used that shovel with no problems on the Uluru trip. Coming up, there might be two things to tell you about. I might be having a weekend away. I might be going. So coming up in 2 weeks, what is it now? The 12th of May. Coming up on between the 27th of May and the 27th and the 3rd of June, I may be on a small road trip. I don't want to say too much in case someone you know has invited me for some time to go down somewhere and hang out with him and the fam. And I'll be doing a road trip to get there. But before that, because I want to make certain that everything's working properly, like the streaming stuff, but before I do that trip with this person, and if this person's watching and you want to say who it is, then they can. I don't want to say anything because I always talk about stuff and that doesn't happen. But before that, so what are we now? May the 4th, May the 8th, May the 12th. I want to do a road trip, not a road trip. I want to do a camping mission either this weekend or the following weekend. Now, this weekend may well be up in the cards because I'll just put this out there. I have kind of, man, if I tell you this, it probably won't happen, right? I might be having a jam with someone, and that would also enable me to have, okay, so this person is on the south coast, a little further south than what I am, and I suggested we could have a jam together, and then if that all, there's no way of saying this without saying it, is it? I've got a date with a musician, and our date is going to be a jam together. And so I'm not expecting anything after the jam, but I will be finding myself further south. And so at that point, I'll go out and go camping, right? Do some whatever, do a mission. Get a jam in, meet someone rad, and then not expecting whatever, but I'll just say, hey, it's really nice to jam with you, really nice to meet you, I'll catch you again. Then I'll go off and do my own thing. That'll include you guys. Let me guess, Dougski. So it is Doug. That's not the date though. That date is not with Dougski. Dougski's a spoken for man. But yeah, Dougski has invited me to come for some time to come and hang out. He's got this thing coming up, and he just said you might want to come. So I do want to come. I want to make certain GoVan is up and running. I don't want to have to dig holes with a plastic shovel and poop in them. I want to do it right. Sounds nice, yeah. And Jim, I don't know if you've seen this, but I have done lots of live streaming from my vehicle, camping missions. You know, I drove into the center of Australia for 43 days. We streamed basically the whole thing. Not everything, 10 hours a day kind of thing. And since that stream, I've been setting everything up to get it working better. But basically I'm kind of not delaying, but I've been holding off for a bit. And so I'm looking forward to just getting it all back up and running. Yeah, and I'll broadcast it obviously here, and that'll be exciting to be part of the IRL category once more. I love IRL streams. Never been. Well, dude, you can come with me on the mission through the beauty of the internet live streaming with low latency here on Valora. Yeah. Look at that lovely comment from Yanti over on Nemo TV. You're so authentic. Yanti, you're not. Because you're a bot. Yanti over on Valora. By the way, so I feel like I'm sunburned here. My face is all red. I got a surfing clip from this morning. There has been, I can show it to you right now. There has been the toothpick, my surfboard from Benny 12C, is going to need some pretty big repairs. Let me show you what happened today on the surf. I'll just turn the brightness down on this. The fin box. Look at that. Oh, that's still too bright. Hold on. The fin box is going to need to be replaced or repaired. So that there is the fin, or this is the fin, and that's come out right out of the block. Now, it had been a little wobbly, I guess, for the last maybe 3 surfs. I'd noticed that fin had been kind of wobbly. And I was like, well, actually, Benny, and by the way, this surfboard is 6 years old. And when Benny made it for me, he did say there's one of those fin boxes is not quite what it should be. He was saying it's just a little bit funky. Just be aware of it. And 6 years later, which has been rad, right? It's lasted 6 years. 6 years later, it got to the point where it needs to be replaced. Now, arguably, I should have replaced it earlier, but the way I was thinking is it's going to last me for what I need. Because Benny, I hope Benny's okay, but he's made me another surfboard. And this one, let me just tell you, let me show you what this looks like, dude. This is the new toothpick from Benny Crawford Designs. It's a bigger board, but look how sick that looks. That's the new one right there, folks. The new toothpick. But look, I rang a surfboard manufacturer here in town called Entity Surfboards, and I just said, hey man, I got a fin box that needs replacing, and also the entire board. I don't know how you guys.
I will admit this is a fairly niche complaint.
Not really. This is not niche. A lot of surfers get this. Thank you, Ethan. The board, the toothpick, I've repaired it myself. A couple of different areas that needed some fiberglassing. I did all that myself. There's a lot of dings in it, and then there's also a missing. The stomp pads come off. Blah blah blah. It's had 6 years of usage, and it's taken a bit of a beating. And I've never wax combed it. Like, I just put more wax on top. I never scrape the wax off. So I'm going to say to this guy, his name's Darren, who runs this surf shop. I'm going to say, hey, dude, I'm here to get the fin box repaired. But what do you say? Like, this is a 6-year-old board. Can you give it the once over? Like, I don't know. Do they even just like re-sand it? Can you just put on a sander and just go over the whole thing and clean it all up and fix the dings and stuff? I'm sure he can. My only concern with that is, if he does that, does it remove the logos? Because I don't mind about the Gives a Minute logo, but I don't want to remove the Benny Crawford logos, because and I don't want him to remove the For Ben on, the writing on the bottom. I don't know. I'm going to ask him. I'm going to say, look, Finbox is the main thing, but if you think that you could give this a good tune-up, like a full fix all the dings and fix all my lousy repair jobs, because my repair jobs, they work, but they don't look great and they don't feel great, but he could do it all properly. And then start afresh. I'll get a new stomp pad for it, put a new GoPro mount on it, like clean all that crap off. Basically, it'll be a new board. Only if he can do it without ruining the logos. And if he can't do it without removing the logos, I might even ask Benny for the PNG files and we'll put them back in again. I don't even know if that's a thing, but what I'm getting at is, I went surfboarding today and the tide was really low, and I did duck dive. I hit the sand twice on 2 separate duck dives, and I already knew that left fin was wobbly, so the fin box was coming loose. Delsky, may I ask what the cost of the new board is? So usually a board, like a shaped board I know that Entity charges $600. So $600 for a board. Benny made my first one for free and shipped it to me for free. I said to Benny, I want to buy the next one from you. I don't expect you to make me one for free. I want to pay you for it. And also, I'm going to be up there at some point in late August, September, whenever I do my road trip, I'm going to be up north. So there'll be no need to ship it to me, because there's obviously a cost in that as well. So I'll pay him and I'll pick it up from him. That's what I'm planning on. About $400 US, yeah. And I know that that's what Entity charges for a complete manufacturer, because there's a guy here called Flecky who I surf with, and he buys 2 at a time from Entity, from Darren, and he gets them for $600 a pop. Yeah. 13 Retatonian. How you doing, man? Is it a bigger or smaller surfboard easier? So the bigger the board, the easier it is to ride, but the harder it is to get out there. So if you're in harsh conditions, the bigger your board, basically the more difficult it is to submerge the board underwater, the harder it's going to be for you to get out to the lineup, because you need to duck dive. If you don't want to duck dive and you do those Eskimo rolls, sure, you can get around it. But duck diving is the recommended and the more logical way to get under the whitewater, and you obviously can do that with a smaller volume board. That said, the second toothpick, the 2.0 from Benny, is bigger, longer, and more volume. Benny said, I'm watching you carefully, and you could do with a bigger board right now. So I'm going from a shorter, smaller, thinner, lighter, less volume board to a bigger board, which I don't mind, right? I'm happy to do that. If Benny thinks that I'm down for that, I'm down for whatever he says. But today, because it was kind of hard out there today. It was kind of weird. I had a hard time paddling out, and I duck dived twice, and I hit the sand both times. And I was like, "Fuck, that fin's going to be really having a bad." Because the fins are the thing that hit the duck dive. You nose down, but then you push your tail down, and I'm like, I'm hitting the sand each time. And I'm like, and when I got up, I was like, "Holy shit, man! This fin is going to fall out. I'm going to lose it, right? If I don't rip it out, it's going to naturally fall out, and I'm going to lose both the fin and the fin box." Now, I don't think Darren's going to use the existing fin box to replace it. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, when I got in from the surf today, I ripped the whole fin out. I just wobbled it a few times and it popped it right out. And I got a clip for you. So today I only got a few waves, but I got a short clip for you. Longboards are less agile, right? Yeah, turns and such. That's right. Longboards, they call them guns. They're a gun for, usually it's for bigger waves. Now, that's not what we're doing here. I'm not surfing big waves, but long pulling a tooth. Hellbent for leather. How you doing, man? What am I going to name it? Well, I mean, it's got to be the toothpick too, right? The two toothpick. Machu, how you doing, Machu? Come on over to Valora. Who's over there on the kick machine? Let's see. I'm going to give you something here, folks. Come on over. Give you something here, folks. Hey, keep it down. Come on over to the kick machine. By the way, I tried to stream on Rumble again today. I cannot get Rumble to work. Actually, I should double check that before I go on. But either way, in kick, shit. Hold on a second. Where's this link? Copy link. I want to give this to the kick machine because I just can't find it. Let me go. I know you can't see this. Howdy Dale. I'm just going to give this quick link to the kick machine. Wait, no, I did this by putting it. I made this click cleaner by putting it in my YouTube. So here is the link in YouTube. Now I'll be able to grab that link, surely, off the chat. Yeah, that's better. Instead of searching for it, I'll just grab the link there. This is the referral link I've been trying to put in the kick chat.
And get grabbed like you grab a beautiful little baby. You grab your baby.
I really wanted to grab those babies. Machu and 13 Retatonian on kick, please use that link. Come on over. Do this. Think about this. Sign up to Valora. Even if you have zero intent to use the platform or zero intent to stream on the platform, just at least grab your handle. Machu 1 and 13 Retatonian. If you don't do that, some other Yahoo will probably grab your handle and grab your baby. But if you do it now, at least you can park that handle and come back to it later. Is it like DLive? It's nothing like DLive. It's way better. First of all, the latency here is absolutely off the charts. You can talk and I can hear it. No, I can talk and you can hear it almost in real time. It's insane. So my advice is just go over. And by the way, I don't know what a referral link does for me, but I know that it's good to track things. So you can use my referral. Not sure what it gets you, not sure what it gets me. But either way, it tracks us and it says, yeah, gives a minute brought you over. And grab your handle, grab your baby, and then start hanging out on the platform and see what you think. You might hate it, you might like it. Ultra low latency here. Holy moly, it's so low. And you get to grab your baby. And everybody loves to grab your baby. And you can trigger these alerts. Once you start hanging out in my chat, you accumulate gives, which are channel points. So as the longer you hang out in my chat, the longer you converse, your points increase. And you can spend them 1 point per alert. You can trigger alerts at the will of the nil. Lots of alerts, lots of cool sounds, lots of cool shit. It's up to you to use it however you wish. So it's going to be called the Toothpick 2.0, I imagine. My baby is US slang for your girlfriend or partner. Grab your baby. Grab your baby. I'm a single man. But anyway, I've got a clip from today, which is only 3 waves long. I only got 3 waves today before I came in. Actually, it started hammering down. That was weird. So I caught 3 waves. It's okay. Grab him right like the
Little
baby.
mouth on him. Bing, bing, bing. Bing, 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 bing.
Bing, 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 bing. So I got a short clip for you for surfboarding. I'm going to grab myself a coffee, come back in, and we'll take a look at these shovels.
He knew exactly what that meant.
I knew exactly what that meant. Bing, 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 bing. Grab your baby. I won't be back in time for this because it's very short. And if I'm not back, you'll see a blowfly doing aerobics on a piece of styrofoam. Bing, bing, bing. Are you already back? I didn't even get to eat my cookie. Shit. That was quick. Oh. What? So, in the Chisel chat, been storming here all night, hellbent for leather. The rain's heading my way. Uh-oh. We need it. Dry as fuck here. You can have it. Been raining here for like 3 freaking days. Some gnarly shredding. That was a good surf. I want some dryness here. It's been raining every day for the past week and a half. Wow. Well, this morning, I had my slack track, my solo shot, which is not waterproof, out filming from the beach, and the rain came down, and I was like, holy shit. And I'm out there in the lineup, and the rain got really heavy. I was like, how waterproof is this? Like, it's just it's like a camera, right? You don't want to get water in, like, I guess, under the lens. Like, anywhere there's a moving part, you don't want to get water. Most cameras, the body is kind of... That's going to be weird. It's going to be sealed, right? Most cameras are weather sealed. You don't want to submerge them, but if rain hits it, usually it's going to be okay. As long as you don't have the latch open for the USB ports and that kind of stuff. I'm on Valor, but my chatting isn't working. You signed up? Well, look. Oh, you know what you got to do? Once you've signed up, kill the browser and just come back in. We have heard that before, 13 Retatonian. It's going to be worth it, man. It's going to be worth it, because when you do come back in and it's working, you'll see how low the latency is and you'll be able to chat almost in real time. But yeah, we have heard that before. Once you've signed up, people have to quit and restart their browser. That's going to be weird. That was Jim redeeming that. It's fun. It's fun when staff members redeem the alerts as well. Oh, well, that's too hot. So back to the idea of scooping your poop. These are the shovels that I've been looking at. 6 of the best camping shovels in 2026. Compact, strong, and smart. Let's see what it's about.
Ever had the ground laugh at your tiny plastic trawl while you're trying to dig a fire pit or a cat hole? Yeah.
A cat hole? Is cat hole code for a poop hole?
Today we fix that.
A cat hole.
This video is a countdown of 6 camping shovels that actually belong outdoors, not in a junk drawer. And I'm going to tell you what it feels like to use each one.
I just want to tell you what it feels. Hold on.
Belong outdoors, not in a junk drawer. And I'm going to tell you what it feels like to use each one.
Should we grab that? And I'm going to tell you what it feels like. We could play it off the J Boston. I just want to tell you what it feels like.
Belong outdoors, not in a junk drawer.
Use
and I'm
the
going to
hole,
tell you
bridge the hole, or
fill the hole.
Camping shovels that actually belong outdoors, not in a junk drawer. And I'm going to tell you what it feels like to use each.
We could grab that and then you could play them back to back. I'm going to tell you what it feels like. I just want to tell you what it feels. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to do this online. I'm going to do this active. I'm going to do this live. I'll open up. Quick. This is how I grab audio. QuickTime Player. Do a new audio recording. Oh, it's over here now. New audio recording. I choose Firefox to OBS. Grab your baby. We hit record. You might get a double up of audio here though. Not sure. No, I haven't got it plugged in, but that's cool.
Belong outdoors, not in a junk drawer. And I'm going to tell you what it feels like to use each one when the soil is hard, the light is fading, and you...
I forgot to turn the audio off in the back there. We'll do that again. We'll do that again because I had that background audio cranking. So we'll just grab your baby. We'll just start the recording and I'll just go back a little.
Camping shovels that actually belong outdoors, not in a junk drawer. And I'm going to tell you what it feels like to use each one when the soil is hard, the light is fading, and you just want the job.
And I'm going to tell you what it feels like.
Job done.
So we got to get a screenshot. I'll just get that as the screenshot. Hellbent for leather. What did you say? Folding shovel is what I keep in the camper. Rugged as hell. Don't take up much space. That's why US military uses the folding shovel. Now, is it a steel one? Is it steel? Says the crazy bastard that used to jump out of choppers. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's a steel one, right?
Actually belong outdoors, not in a junk drawer. And I'm going to tell you what it feels like to use each one when the soil is hard, the light is fading, and you just want the job done. And we'll end with the one that felt like the most dependable tool to keep in the trunk.
That's got an axe head?
And we'll end with the one that felt like the...
That's a multi... Like, that's not what I want. But I mean, look, should I get one like that? That's got the extra handles and stuff?
Most dependable tool to keep in the trunker pack.
I mean, it might as well, right? That is a kit, yeah.
Ogtooth military
It may come in handy, right? for shizzle.
Ogtooth is the kind of shovel you buy because it looks like it's ready for a movie scene.
Ogtooth.
Compact, military style, folds up small, and it feels pleasantly light in hand. On paper, it's made from high carbon steel, and it's built around a 3-fold design that can go straight or lock into a 90-degree angle,
Three-fold.
which is exactly what you want when you're switching between digging and a rough hoe motion. In real use, it's honestly pretty handy for simple camp chores, digging out a quick fire pit in softer dirt, scraping a flat spot for a stove, trenching a little water diversion around a tent in mild soil. That stuff is fine. The size is also a plus when you're throwing it in a day pack or keeping it as a...
all of these, immediately you see that this is better than a little plastic gardening spade, right? This is now a tool. 320-degree brine? What the hell's that? Brine.
just in case tool.
That reminds me of the streaming platform Brime Live that didn't last long. Brine.
Vehicle kit. But here's where reality shows up. Because it's lightweight, it
Strong.
doesn't always have that satisfying bite when you hit compacted ground or roots, and you can feel yourself working harder just to make progress. When the shovel is smaller, you end up taking more scoops, and that can feel a bit like eating soup with a fork. The folding mechanism is convenient, but with cheaper folding shovels, that hinge area is always the trust fall moment. You can feel a little flex when you pry sideways, and that's the exact move everyone ends up doing by accident when a rock pins the blade.
Ah.
Number 5, SOG Folding Survival Shovel.
SOG.
The SOG is one of those classic names people recognize, and the vibe is immediately more purpose-built tool.
Hey, Hellbent, what's the brand of the shovel that you have?
And random gadget. It's listed around 18.25 inches in full length and about 24.5 ounces, so it stays portable but still feels like a real implement rather than a toy. And one feature people always mention is the saw edge, which sounds awesome until you actually need it. Using it for digging, the SOG feels controlled and quick, like you can get a neat hole without flinging dirt everywhere.
And you can fill the hole.
It's solid for camp tasks like digging a proper cat hole, shaping a fire pit, or
What is a cat hole? What is a cat hole?
shaving down a stubborn mound so your tent pad isn't lumpy. The compact and foldable design makes it easy to keep in a backpack side pocket or an emergency tote without thinking about it. Now, the be a bit critical part, because
Do you reckon this is an AI voice? It's getting pretty good, right? It's pretty convincing. Not real sure on the brand. I would have to get it out, Camper, to say, okay, no worries. Are you seriously asking what is a pussy hole? What is it? What is a cat hole in terms of camping? I genuinely don't know.
yeah, the saw edge is there, but it's not replacing a real saw. And when you try to use it on thicker roots, it can feel like you're buttering toast with a key. It will help in light cutting, but it's not a miracle. And if you buy it expecting to saw branches like a folding silk,
Why are they showing Leathermans and shit?
but it's not a miracle. And if you buy it expecting to saw branches
They show you this to say, but here are other tools you may wish to buy.
like a folding silky, you'll be annoyed. Also, with smaller folding e-tools, leverage is always
Hey, 13 Retatonian, how did you go? Because I see you not chatting on Kick or Valora. Did you end up refreshing your trousers? Use the knife to cut the poop logs. Oh my goodness. That's some stiff poop you got there.
the limiter. When you have to dig deeper
Yikes.
or deal with packed clay, your hands and wrists feel it faster than with a longer handled shovel.
If you need to saw branches, you get a folding saw. Exactly, yeah. You would never use a shovel for the process of sawing off trees and shit.
Number 4, Tiger Auto Folding Shovel.
And this looks...
Okay, the Tiger...
This one already looks better because the handle looks like a Stingray. It not the handle, the flat part comes out wider, I think. This is going to be the one.
Tiger Auto Folding Shovel. Okay, the Tiger Auto is where things start getting interesting because it's not just a folding shovel. It's basically a modular, off-road survival kit that happens to include a shovel head. Tiger
Interesting.
emphasizes a patented design, carbon steel construction, and anodized aluminum tubes, plus a quick switch slider mechanism to swap modes fast. In practice, that switching idea is the selling point. You can go from digging to another configuration without doing that annoying unscrew, rescrew, is it tight, no it's not tight dance. If you're off-roading and you need to dig around a tire, then immediately change how you're working the soil. That speed actually matters. And I like that it's meant to store in a vehicle easily and comes with a storage bag for all the pieces. When I used it like a recovery tool, it felt more confident than the smaller, minimalist shovel.
As with everything, basic cost versus benefit analysis will decide which one. Yeah. Or if you're like me, you just get the best of the best and be done with it.
Because you can build a longer handle and get better leverage. That leverage changes the whole experience. Instead of stabbing the dirt like you're angry at it, you start moving material like a normal human. For sand, loose dirt, and trail cleanup, it's pretty satisfying.
I like this one.
But here's the trade-off with multi-piece everything. You're managing parts. Lose a piece in the dark or drop something in wet grass, and suddenly your 16-in-1 becomes a 3-in-1 me.
Whoopsie.
It's also heavier and bulkier than a simple folding e-tool, which is fine for a trunk kit, but less fun for backpacking.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
3. Zune Lotto.
Ooh, now we're looking at Game of Thrones style shit. One shovel to rule them all. That's the not Game of Thrones.
Tactical shovel. The Zune is the one that screams, I do everything, with versions marketed as 15-in-1 or 18-in-1, and it leans hard into the multi-tool vibe. Listings commonly mention high carbon steel and a shovel head with extra features like a saw edge and other cutouts meant for survival tasks. Here's what surprised me. The digging...
I needed that one for my Valora banner. Yeah, you do, for your banner. That was for serious pooping, was totally very serious. Have you ever done a poo that just won't snap off? Well, you need to get this shovel. First of all, you poop through the hole and then you twist.
soil breaking part is actually where it can shine, especially if you're using it more like a pickaxe or hoe in tough ground.
A jack of all trades,
There's a
master of
YouTube
none.
test that
Ooh,
specifically
interesting.
calls out the head staying secure during that kind of harder use, and that matched what I felt when I put it into rougher dirt. When you angle it and attack the ground, it can feel really effective at breaking things. But well, the tool inside the handle concept is where things can get sketchy. That same test points out issues like accessories that feel low quality and even a ferro rod breaking in the handle, plus the general idea that some of the add-on tools aren't that useful. And that makes sense. Packing lots of extras into the handle can introduce weak points and comfort issues.
They do sell poop knives. Are you serious, Was? That's actually a thing that they snap off poop with knives? Really? I always just do the little swiggle.
It's shit, man.
That's right on. It is shit.
Comfort matters more than people think. When you're chopping or striking with a mostly metal shaft, shock transfers right into your hands, and it can wear you out fast.
There is something to be said about these. Like we're literally looking for a shovel, but now we're down like the Temu avenue of like, did you want to buy a shovel? Well, don't forget that your shovel can also be an interstellar spacecraft, right? No, it's just a shovel, dude. Like, just give me a good one. It's now becoming, all of a sudden, you're cutting down trees. No, I just want to dig a little hole and lift some hot ashes up.
A shovel can be strong and still be miserable to use, and this is one
I'm
of
not going to use it for axing wood and shit. Like, that's not what I'm getting it for. Why would you beat a shovel on a big fucking rock? Exactly.
those cool but tools where that can happen. 2. Rhino USA Survival Shovel.
Okay.
The Rhino is where the vibe changes from camp convenience to this could actually save my afternoon.
Now, Rhino is like a very reputed travel brand. I've got Rhino roof racks. I got Rhino connecting points and stuff. Ask me anything. I'm full of answers. Rhino could be the one, right? This could be the one.
Describes it as a foldable shovel made from heavy-duty carbon steel with an included carrying case, folding down compact for storage. Their product page also lists it as 23 inches when extended and about 9 inches when folded, which is a genuinely usable length for a compact tool.
9 inches is pretty small.
In use, it feels like it was designed by someone who has actually been stuck. Digging around tires, chopping through packed sand, scraping mud, cutting a shallow drainage channel. It has that solid, lean-on-it feeling that cheaper folders don't. You can get decent...
See, this one's screaming out to me as this is a nice, this is just a good camping shovel. No faffing around. Doesn't open up to be a 4G extender Wi-Fi modem router kit. It's just a shovel, dude. I think this is the guy.
Leverage, and the blade feels ready for mixed terrain like dirt, snow, or ice. I also like that this one doesn't need to pretend it's 18 different things to justify existing.
That's what I said, AI woman.
It's primarily
all you need is a shovel. Exactly,
It
Hellbent.
folds down, it packs away, and it focuses on being strong. That's the kind of boring reliability that becomes exciting when you actually need it.
True skins.
There are still limits because any compact folding shovel is a compact folding shovel. If you're digging a deep latrine trench for a big group, you'll still wish you had a full-size spade.
A big latrine trench? A massive poop chute?
But for camping and emergency use, it hits a sweet spot of strength, portability, and simplicity. If you want one shovel that lives in the car and never complains, Rhino USA is very close to that ideal.
Rhino. Why Rhino USA? Isn't it global?
Red Camp Military Folding Camping Shovel.
Okay.
The Red
Now, military. They're really going for something there with the word military, aren't they? Trustworthy. The military uses it, man.
Camp took the top spot because it felt like the most balanced, real shovel experience without turning into a full-size tool you'll never
This looks like
pack.
Hellbent's one, maybe.
Red Camp calls out manganese high-carbon steel, a foldable handle, and a serrated edge on the shovel head, which is a practical combo for digging plus light sawing and chopping.
It's definitely between, to me, it's between this and the Rhino one for shizzle.
What I noticed first is how steady it feels when you're actually working. When the head is locked, you can dig, pry a little, and scoop without that constant, is this about to wobble feeling. It's not just about strength, it's about confidence, and confidence makes you faster because you stop babying the tool. The serrated edge is genuinely useful in the realistic way, not the fantasy way. It's good for chewing through thin roots, not replacing a saw, but it helps when you're digging a cat hole and you hit that one root that refuses to be polite. And that's exactly when you want the option built in. It also packs down nicely, and it feels like the kind of shovel you'd keep both for camping and for a winter trunk kit because it's simple and rugged. No bag of tiny parts, no complicated
That's my
assembly.
guy.
Just fold it, stash it, and move on. And yeah, that simplicity is a feature. So if the goal is
He knew
one
exactly
folding
what that
camping
meant.
shovel
He knew
feels
exactly
tough,
what that meant.
practical, and not overly precious, Red Camp is the one that made me stop thinking about the shovel and start thinking about the campsite.
And if you're really busting for a poop, you want quick, easy affordability. Now, do they have links to the Amazon machine? Wait, why are there no comments here? 4 months ago? This has got 0 comments? Nobody thought this was worthy of commenting? Red Camp. Where's the... Okay. Well, I'm going to get a screenshot of both the Rhino one. The Rhino one. Where's my... I want to see that it's got the branding so I can easily pick it up. Rhino USA Survival Shovel. And I'll get a screenshot of a Red Camp. Because I do have a second video here. Is this Australian? I think this is an Australian one. It's the same thing. Nah, it's the same thing over again, but I noted that it does have the Rhino USA folding survival shovel and the red camp in there as well. Let's just take the Rhino one and see what they say about it.
Unfold power in your palm with the best folding shovels built for rugged adventures. Crafted with tough steel and smart design.
A cat hole equals a small poo hole. I checked. Is that right? Cat hole is a poop hole. Well, there you go. That's
They
literally
tuck
what I want
neatly
it for.
into packs, but tackle big tasks with ease. From trail to trench, they're the ultimate space-saving tool for outdoor warriors and survivalists. In this video, we recommend the 7 best folding shovels.
Do you know what? This is AI. I don't know if I can do it, folks.
Based on quality, durability, price, and more.
I can't do this. If it's AI generated slop, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I won't do it.
If a bunch of dum-dums not in our community joined from some other place and just like spamming up our chat.
That's correct. A bunch of dum-dums from another community. I want to get the Hexicans over here on Valora. Gives hates AI, yet he asks ChatGPT all the time. Dude, did you see the... Oh, no, you probably didn't see it because, by the way, that ChatGPT stream from yesterday, because we then went on to watch... What did we watch?
I wrote this script.
You better get that checked out. We watched something... We watched 2 things. Oh, the Dave Letterman, the David Grohl on the Letterman show, that got claimed, blocked worldwide. And then something else got blocked. The Star Trek stuff, blocked worldwide. So I'm disputing it via fair use because it was transformative. We stopped it. We communicated above it. We made it transformative, but they stung it straight away. But that was an interesting experience of how AI is tailored to tell you what you want to hear. I genuinely think that the only good thing for AI as it stands in 2026 is things like coding. It's pretty good with coding because it's either going to work or it's not. And if it doesn't work, it's pretty accurate at like problem solving and then rewriting the code.
To boldly go where no one has gone before.
The thing that it's bad at, another thing that it's reasonably good at, for me anyway, making YouTube thumbnails, pretty decent. Not like it makes them the way that YouTube wants them, and that's pretty whatever. I don't like that, but you've got to do all the pointing and the fingers and all the arrows and shit. It does all that for you. So yeah, but things like we discovered yesterday, trying to find out something like factual, like in my community, there's this logo that we don't know where it belongs and what is it supposed to be. We discovered that we can tell it anything and it will come back with absolutely. I can definitely see that there's a letter J in there. Oh, there's also a letter X and an N and a P. So basically anything. Now look at this, folks. Speaking of camping and shovels, have a look at this GoVan. This is the Delica. By the way, if you guys didn't know, the GoVan or the Delica that I have, the Chamonix, this was what they were before. So the model that I have is like not the current version, but back in the day, like in probably the late 90s, early 2000s, these vehicles were commonplace in Australia. A lot of electricians used them. A lot of like Sparky's tradesmen used them. Then they came out with a 4-wheel drive version, and that's when the camping community latched onto them. And then they brought out the current, or the ones that I have, the model that I've got, and that's a very well-reputed 4-wheel drive camping van. But this one here is the earlier version converted to what it looks like the full 4-wheel drive version. Looks like a Martian rover. Looks tall. Yeah. Would you ever go for a van you can stand up in? Man, ultimately, look, in an ideal world, I would have endless lots of money and I'd buy an epic electric powered, probably a BYD camper van, whenever they come out with whatever they're going to do, like a stand-up one, like I'm sure that someone, probably BYD, they're working on like a Mercedes Sprinter version with the stand-up, with the shower and all the bells and whistles. But for the time being, where I'm at with the finances and life, GoVan will have to do. And GoVan does very well. Like I'm very happy with GoVan. Aside from the oil leak, I've got to put it in for Rego next Monday. So we got another year of usage coming up. But let's take a look at this because I'm intrigued by the crazy engineering of the Mitsubishi Delica.
In a world where you have to choose between the utility of a commercial van and the ruggedness of a 4x4, Mitsubishi built a machine that rendered the compromise obsolete. The Delica is a vehicle that should not exist, a high-roof cab over passenger van sitting atop the heavy-duty chassis of a legendary Paris-Dakar rally champion. It has the silhouette of a shipping container and the center of gravity of a skyscraper.
Wait. I think you can get money off Rego at the moment. You got a link for that, Was? You can get a cheap Rego? Seriously? I don't see an advantage to standing inside. That's basically a large RV. I mean, look, the bigger you've got, the more comfort. You know what, man? Just thinking about this without naming names, but to take a partner. So on the road trip with Marty had his own swag, so he was self-contained, if you like. To do a road trip with someone like we watched with Kaya and Ryan and Kira, the Filthy Travels channel, it's not impossible. It's not impossible to travel together in a Delica. I don't know. I just know that someone was complaining about it. But yeah, bigger means less off-road access, right? Plus more dollars. Yes and no. The Mercedes Sprinters and the Ford Transit vans. They're larger and they seem to go most places. They're not off-road though. The Delica or Delica, the delivery car is what it stands for. This is an anomaly. An anomaly in a. It's weird. Like the ones that look similar are the Land Cruisers, the Jimny, the Suzuki Jimny. They're tiny, but that is like an off-road, not a van, but something you could set up as a camper with an awning and sleeping in the back kind of thing. Doesn't have to be a van specifically, but the Ford Discoverer or Discovery, I've seen those on the road. They look kind of rad for the same kind of thing. But yeah, the Delica, definitely an anomaly of its time. Hellbent, that's why I got a camper trailer. Has everything I wife need. See, I don't know about towing something. I'm not really, I mean, I'm capable of driving with a trailer. I do it for my day job quite a lot, but I don't know about taking a trailer into the woods and trying to reverse it into a tight spot and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and anyway.
Yet it can traverse technical trails that would leave a modern Jeep Gladiator high-centered. There is no traditional soft rotor, all-wheel drive system here. This is a pure mechanical transplant of a Pajero's drivetrain into a family hauler. It is a masterclass in chassis splicing engineering.
Interesting.
Today, we are looking at how Mitsubishi crammed a battle-hardened four-wheel drive system into a weekend camper and why it remains the ultimate cheat code for the global overlanding community. Tokyo's alleys in 1968 measured just 2.8 meters across, barely enough for a compact car and a bicycle to pass. Mitsubishi's answer was a box on wheels with the driver perched over the front axle, a configuration known as cabover. The Delica's name said it plainly, delivery car.
Delivery car. I'm 6'5", so require room. Yeah, and I'm 6'2", and I do have a queen size bed in GoVan, and it is fine. Like I can lay lengthwise in it. If you were slightly longer, which you are, 3 more inches, 3 inches, you want to be diagonal in that bed. You can fit in it diagonally, but yeah, any higher than that, not great.
This was not a van for weekend camping or off-road heroics. It was a tool built to thread the needle between noodle shops and loading docks. The original Delica squeezed under Japan's strict compact car tax bracket, with its overall length kept below 3.4 meters and its width under 1.5 meters, all to dodge higher fees. Urban planners and small fleet owners cared about 2 things, payload and maneuverability. Mitsubishi promised 800 kilograms of cargo capacity, enough for crates of produce or half a dozen construction workers, and a turning circle tighter than most sedans. The ladder frame chassis was simple, rugged, and easy to repair in a back alley garage. early market.
The only thing that's not easy to repair on these is the engine bay. It's so tiny. Whenever you take it to a mechanic, they're like, holy shit, where is it all? It's all crammed in there. Yeah, not fun.
Hammered home reliability and low running costs.
If you're enjoying this content,
get out of
its
there.
Utility to small businesses. Every engineering decision, from the flat floor to the stubby wheelbase, was dictated by the realities of Japan's urban geometry and tax code. It was survival. These non-negotiable size limits would become the foundation and the headache for every radical mutation the Delica underwent in the years that followed. By the early 1980s, Japan's work week was shrinking and disposable income was rising. Suddenly, a nation obsessed with efficiency wanted to play weekend camping, fishing trips, mountain escapes. The numbers told the story. Leisure vehicle sales jumped nearly 30% between 1979 and 1982, and every automaker scrambled to cash in.
I remember Italian pickup trucks that looked like that, tiny. Yeah, with just the front cab and then the tray at the back. Yeah, I remember seeing those as well.
Mitsubishi's planning office saw the writing on the wall. The Delica, once a delivery mule, needed a new trick if it was going to survive the...
Ooh. Now we're getting into the see this one on the bottom left here, the yellow one, because our family, it's kind of funny. Like, I'll just pause for a second, but in my lifetime, there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's been 5 different Delicas without even me realizing that. So our family had one, the Star Wagon. It was like an egg. It was literally, not literally, but it's very close to this yellow one that we're seeing here. Then when I lived in New Zealand, the first time I lived in New Zealand, I bought without even knowing I bought it. Well, I knew what I was buying, but I didn't know until later that it was a Delica. I bought the Delica after the Star Wagon, before the versions I've got. Yeah, that was that time. And then another one. Oh, then after being in New Zealand, I came back to Australia and bought another Delica without even really knowing I bought it. That was the L300 four-wheel drive, a really, really rad flat top. Man, that was the beast, that thing. And then I've bought the green Stevan and now the white Go van. So there's been 5 in my family. It's weird. I don't think I'd ever heard of the name Delica until I met you. I don't think they're sold here. So you can definitely get them in the US, much like you get them in Australia. They're considered an imported vehicle, so they import them from Japan. You can't just buy them off the regular market. They have to bypass their laws and stuff. But there is quite a large contingent of Delica drivers in the US that are on the forums and talking about, and they all look kind of the same. They're all, to be frank, they're all kind of like Go van. They're all in that style at the moment. Are they right-hand drive? They are. They're right-hand drive. And no, some of them they did convert for left-handed drive, but not many. Most of them are right-hand drive. Oh, wait, could be the other way around where, sorry. All of them are automatic transmission, but there was some that did get a manual transmission. Yeah, because my one I had when I got back from New Zealand was a manual. Yeah, column shift manual, but always right-hand drive, I think. I don't know about left-hand drive at all. I'm not sure.
Onslaught of Toyota Town Aces and Nissan Caravans, now sporting plush seats and two-tone paint. The internal spark came in the form of a memo, MP 8204, circulated in March 1982. It did not mince words. The Delica would get a full Pajero four-wheel drive transplant, no half measures, no badge engineering. The pitch was simple. Take the bones of a rally winner and drop them under a van, then sell the result to families who wanted to reach trailheads, not just supermarkets.
It's an intriguing concept because the way they're talking about taking the Pajero and putting the chassis into a van, I mean, it makes sense to do that, right? Like if they've already got this very well-established four-wheel drive Jeep kind of thing, why not just throw that into a van? Like, and at least do it for an experiment. Most right-hand drive vehicles in the US are ex-post office vehicles. Ah, interesting, because that's how they need to access the delivery spots. The Dakar Rally is brutal.
Latched onto the Pajero's Paris-Dakar victories, rolling out brochures that said, "Born from the same DNA that conquered the dunes." This was not just a mark.
So that's literally Steve-Van, right? Steve-Van. Yeah, mine's better. Govan's better, but that's Steve-Van there.
From the same DNA that conquered the dunes. This was not just a marketing stunt. The leisure boom demanded real off-road capability, not the fake kind. Mitsubishi's own market study, MS 8207, projected a 23% sales bump if Delica could go where the Pajero went. The planning team's logic was ruthless. Why invent a new drivetrain when the Pajero has already proved itself in the world's toughest rally? The Delica four-wheel drive project became a corporate moonshot, greenlit to borrow the Pajero's ladder frame, transfer case, and differential, all in the name.
See how small that engine bay is? Damn, dude. It's just so little to get in there and do anything. You got to, I mean, the Japanese are quite small, but not that small. I'd love to be able to get one of the old right-hand Jeeps post office users. Yeah, right.
Frame, transfer case, and differential, all in the name of chasing a new breed of customer. The real engineering headaches, how to splice a heavy-duty four-wheel drive system into a cab-over-van, were left to the next wave of chassis wizards. Welding Pajero muscle under a delivery van body was never going to be a bolt-on affair.
If you're enjoying this content,
bolt-on.
Open the Delica's undercarriage, then reinforcing the rear subframe to take the Pajero's full front differential assembly. This was not just a matter of swapping parts, it meant new cross members, gusset plates, and a box section steel backbone that could survive the
Go van. Go van, man. Hell yeah.
Plates and a box section steel backbone that could survive the kind of torsional abuse usually reserved for rally trucks. The test engineers, armed with stress analysis printouts, pushed the limits, twisting the new frame until it delivered a measured 15% bump in torsional rigidity. Every millimeter of ground clearance was hard-won. The Delica four-wheel drive sits 210 millimeters above the dirt, a number that sounds ordinary until you realize it is paired with a cab-over-van body. Approach and departure angles, 27 degrees and 24 degrees, crush most SUV-S of the era. The front suspension, a Pajero-derived double wishbone setup, was grafted in with geometry tweaks to keep the steering sharp despite the van's short overhangs.
Now, to be fair, a lot of this is lost on me. Like, I don't pretend to know these technical terms, but it is good to know that a lot of thought was put into this vehicle, you know, because I own one. But I don't know what they're talking about, to be frank.
At the rear, the reinforced subframe carries leaf springs, or,
of course,
on
it
later
does.
L400s, coil multi-links, all tuned for off-camber stability and heavy payloads. The result is a chassis that looks like a Frankenstein experiment, but delivers real trail performance. The high floor and short wheelbase mean the Delica can crest obstacles.
I'm getting a bit sick of that shot, to be honest. That's like, what's that, the sixth time we've seen that vision?
That would beach a minivan or scrape the belly of a suburban SUV. The welds may be industrial, but the numbers do not lie. The Delica's metalwork is the reason it can follow a Pajero into the wild and live to tell the tale. Under the Delica,
Pajero is Spanish for wanker Is it really was? I know he's saying it correctly like Pajero, but we've always said Pajero. That will be funny. Hey Siri, what does Pajero translate to from Spanish to English?
I can translate from Spanish, but only when you've already set it as the Siri language.
Go fuck yourself. Says Google. Okay, says Google. Okay, I trust Google.
Delica's boxy skin sits the 2.5-liter 4D56 turbo diesel, a workhorse engine rated at about 86 horsepower. It is not built for speed, but for relentless torque, delivering its strongest pull near 2.
Torque? This is AI, right? By the way, look at that. Fuel is on empty. How do you know it's Delica? The fuel is always on empty. FAI, yeah, torque. Definitely AI, because it didn't say torque, it said torque. By the way, why is this guy holding the wheel arch? It's interesting.
For relentless torque, delivering its strongest pull near 2,000 revolutions per minute and holding steady, whether the van is loaded with gear or crawling up a muddy incline.
It's pronounced Delica two ways? Has it really? It's been Delica and Delica? Okay.
The 4D56's cast iron block, rotary injection pump, and modest turbo boost are the kind of choices engineers make when reliability matters more than flash. With regular oil and timing belt changes, these engines routinely see 300,000 kilometers. It is the sort of motor that shrugs off abuse and keeps going, perfectly suited to the Delica's purpose. But muscle alone does not explain the Delica's reputation.
Damn. The voice is an actor, so it's an AI trained to be a common known actor's voice. Sam, I forgot his last name. Okay.
In 1994, Mitsubishi introduced the Super Select four-wheel drive system on the L400, giving drivers 4 selectable modes: rear-wheel drive for dry roads, full-time, all-wheel drive for slippery conditions, and 2 locked 4-wheel drive settings for when the terrain turns hostile. The real trick is shifting between 2H and 4H on the fly up to 100 kilometers per hour, thanks to a viscous coupling in the center differential.
Wow.
This lets the axle slip just enough for normal driving, but locks up when traction disappears. The system is mechanical.
That even looked like me.
Driving, but
that's a nice, man. It's funny. I look at these and I envy them, but I actually own one. But I look at it and go, that's a nice looking one. Good band name, Viscous Coupling. Yeah, Viscous Coupling.
Locks up when traction disappears.
Oh, Sam Elliott.
The system is mechanical, field serviceable, and rarely fails except from neglect.
See that one there?
Field serviceable.
Not this one. This here, that was the L400 or L300. The engine was under the passenger seat, which made it super easy to service. The engine in GoVan is under the engine bay or in the bonnet or the trunk. Makes it harder to get to. This was a better method.
And rarely fails except from neglect. For those behind the wheel, it is a direct connection to the road or whatever lies beyond it, making the Delica far more than just a van with big tires.
If you're enjoying this content,
come on, man.
The Delica's cab over layout hands drivers an almost panoramic command of the trail. There is no hood in the way, just glass, steel, and a direct line to whatever.
Well, there's a left-handed drive one.
No hood in the way, just glass, steel.
There you go, left-handed drive. Interesting.
Steel and a direct line to whatever boulder or pothole is about to ruin your day. This is not just a gimmick. Mitsubishi's own sightline charts show that forward visibility in the L300 and L400 beats most SUVs and rival city buses. For overlanders, that means you can place a tire with surgical precision, whether you are threading a mountain pass or aiming for the last flat spot at a crowded trailhead. Above, the optional crystal light roof
I missed the crystal light roof.
takes the packaging gamble a step further. Instead of steel, Mitsubishi went with polycarbonate panels bonded to an aluminum frame. The factory finite element analysis gave it a 150 kilogram static load rating, enough for a rooftop tent and 2 adults, as long as the weight is spread evenly. There is a price. Under high crosswinds or a heavy rack, the roof can flex by about 1.2 degrees.
See, that little function.
For a heavy rack, the roof can flex by about 1.2 degrees.
That was so sick in Steve Ann when I used to open those up at night. Yeah, I do miss that feature. Now, I've got solar panels up there anyway, so it would be a different game right now, but that was pretty swish.
Every
it was a cool feature,
saved up top is a kilogram that can go into gear, not dead weight.
I bet hail would bust that roof up. Well, funnily enough, I was in a hailstorm a little while back, and nothing really happened. Like it was quite a gnarly hailstorm too, and no damage. But and those crystal light roofs were polycarbonate, so they're not going to. If anything, the hail would smash my solar panels more than anything.
But the trade-off is real. For those chasing the perfect view or a lighter roofline for overland gear, crystal light is both a clever hack and a calculated risk. The L400 platform brought the Delica closer to modern van comfort, on paper at least. Mitsubishi swapped out the old leaf springs for a coil spring multi-link rear and paired that with a reinforced monocoque that finally gave the box some backbone. Noise, vibration, and harshness numbers dropped, road noise calmed, and the ride smoothed out. But the Delica never pretended to be a luxury bus. Underneath, the structure was all business. Side sills were beefed up, subframes tied into the floor pan, and a rear coil setup could juggle payload and articulation in the same breath. Yet even with these upgrades, one thing refused to budge: the forward control layout. The crumple zone up front was measured in centimeters, not feet. Japanese crash tests showed the L400's extended nose and reinforced beams improved survivability over the L300, but not enough to match the safety of a conventional van. The trade-off was brutal: better off-road geometry and city maneuverability paid for with a higher risk in a head-on. Despite this, the Delica's reputation only grew. Overlanding forums report that nearly half of owners modify their rigs with lift kits, solar panels, and full-on bush gear.
What is that on top of that? I mean, okay, ignoring the bikini babe, what is on the roof of that one? What are these 3 things here? Are they just cases? I think they're just cases, because this is a solar panel here at the front, and they're just 3 cases. It's just a weird case with a white top on it. Okay, now look at the bikini babe. Yeah, they're pretty slick. I mean, you do, and they got a foldable shovel up there as well. Yeah, the addition of the awning like this makes such a huge difference. I love setting up the awning just because it gives you this vibe of like, now I'm home, you know, like I'm there permanently. Yeah, it's so sick.
With lift kits, solar panels, and full-on bush gear, turning a once humble delivery van into a global adventure tool.
Yeah.
It is a machine that dares you to weigh risk against reward. And for thousands, the answer is still yes.
So
right now, adventure vans keep getting bigger, softer, and more expensive. Yet the Delica's unapologetic industrial weirdness still draws a global cult. It is a Pajero in a van.
A Pajero? So why aren't they still making them? Let's see the comments here. 23 comments. Back in the day, if you had one of these, it was the dawn of the exploration world. Okay. In 86, I learned to drive the Australian version, the L300. I don't know why they don't still make them. Yeah. Pretty slick, though. Well, let's continue on our little trip down Dalika Lane. Oh, I got to take another whiz. Should I just... What time is it? I want to watch some Filthy Travels. These guys, Kira... What's this? I don't want to try split view. Get off there. Filthy Travels, Kira and Ryan. They're traveling the country in their Mitsubishi Dalika, and we've been watching their content. We're up to this video here, exploring Darwin, V8's Barry Springs, Bear Can Regatta, and beach markets. I'll take a quick pause here and go for another whizzer. This is only a short 3-minute surfing clip anyway, so by the time I've finished, this clip will be done as well. I'll see you back here shortly. That is a very short surfing clip from today. I hope you enjoyed it. When my van dies, I'd love to replace something bigger, something even bigger. You want to get a bigger one? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like it's all about comfort, right? Like it depends on what you want to do in there. Like for me, it's just sleeping. That's sometimes other things, but mainly just sleeping. I don't need to set up and like my bed is permanent. I don't have to sit there and do work or anything. I got chairs and I sit outside if I need to do that. But yeah, just being able to stretch out entirely, it's a no-brainer to have a permanent bed set up. I love it. But these guys from the Kira and Ryan channel, their Dalika, they don't have a permanent bed set up, and they haven't really explored or they haven't really explained how they like their process of setting it up and whatnot. But it's interesting that they're just traveling around literally in a Dalika. Where are we up to? We watched this one. So yeah, we're up to this one. So we've got a few more, and then the last video they posted was 4 months ago. So maybe they're not doing content anymore, but either way, we're up to this one here. Only in Darwin, the beer can boat races. Let's take a look what they've got for us. Beer can boat
Hey guys,
race.
welcome back to another episode. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Kira.
And we're travelling Australia in our four-wheel drive van.
On this week's episode, we're checking out all of what Darwin has to offer, from beachside markets to beer can boat races, crystal clear water, and a trip to the V8s. So thank you so much for following along, and we hope you enjoy this week's episode.
Good morning.
Now I do. Oh, I do want to get up to Darwin on my travels. Next, my road trip, whatever that entails, however that looks, I do think I'm going to get myself up to Darwin. Hope so anyway. So maybe there'll be some things in here that we can use as a learn.
Morning. We just left Kings River Rest Area on the Stewart Highway. It was about 50 k's south of Katherine, and today we're heading into Katherine. Just going to go stock up at Woolies. It's pretty much all we need, eh?
Pretty much, yeah. We're going to see Katherine on the way back, so not going to miss too much. So we're going to shoot through straight to Darwin.
Yeah, our roof rack has arrived, so we're going to go pick that up today. It's Wednesday. So we're going to try and get to Darwin tomorrow, Thursday, because I have the night markets, and we'll probably, I don't know, do you want us to add a caravan park while you fix the roof rack, or what's your plans there?
We'll see what it looks like, eh?
Yeah.
Put an ad up on Gumtree for the old roof rack. Hopefully someone wants it.
So just put up at the camp spot we'll be spending a week at.
Whoa, a week?
25 minutes out of Darwin. It's called Virginia.
Whoa, did they have an accident? That back left-hand panel wasn't all dented like that. Did they bump something? See where my mouse is? Back left panel, that wasn't all messed up, was it? I don't think it was. Doesn't matter.
Week at 25 minutes out of Darwin. It's called Virginia Camp Spot. It's on Wiki Camps, and it's lovely. It's just back of someone's property. Pool, laundry, toilet, showers. We are starting the process of changing over our roof rack.
All right, all the stuff is off the roof.
That'll be a big job.
Looks pretty tidy. We're going to chuck it over there for now, and we're going to go see if we can pick up this new roof rack. Oh, there she is.
Makes sense. If you've ever got to do a big task and you're camping, like repairing something, it makes sense to just go and stash up somewhere for a week or so at a caravan park and call it home, call it a base, and yeah, they're doing the right thing, I guess.
Check your work.
Hey, whoa. Mine's the sturdiest one, thanks. We've successfully brought the new roof rack back. I'm just taking the solar panel off the roof.
So we got a person who wants the old roof rack too, so that's a plus. Gonna meet him in CBD at Darwin tonight.
And there we go. She's roof rack free. Having our first absolutely gorgeous sunset in Darwin.
They've also got the crystal light on theirs too, which I'm jealous for.
Wowzers. Look at all these mosquitoes.
Whoa.
Looks like the net's done its job. We had a nice sleep last night. Second day in Darwin. And it's roof rack day. Let's put that on this.
Interesting. It's interesting because what they're doing, they're replacing their existing roof rack, but the problem from what I understood was the gutter that the roof rack attaches to collapsed. Oh, but they reinforced that gutter, didn't they? I think they reinforced it.
Then after a quick stop at BCF.
Another solar panel and a cracked rock. Got the old one.
New solar panel, new shower, and I got a snorkel. I'm so excited. I'm going to try it on.
Right now?
Yeah. Perfect. And we've finally arrived at the beach market.
Perfect. She got a snorkel and tried it on. Perfect.
First victim of the evening.
Thank you, Jim.
We've got some octopus balls.
Go on.
Ooh.
Octopus balls?
Good?
Different. Next off the bat, Kira's got a taco.
Looks so good.
I want a satay stick.
Dude, they eat so much, man. You just had 4 octopus balls, then you're having a satay stick as well?
Well, the folk out from the market.
Tasty.
Ready for the sun to set. Can't get much better than this. Even got camels here. A short distance from the markets too, so I'm sure when the sun sets, everyone will be rushing out with their food and sit on the beach and watch the magic happen. What are we gonna eat next?
I am gonna go and guess. Actually, yeah, that's right.
What are we gonna eat next? Man, they eat way too much.
We found our way to the beach.
What's that, chicken?
Some Korean fried chicken.
Jesus.
I found myself a banh mi, so I haven't had one of these in 2 months.
What the fuck, dude?
So let's
Satay stick, 4 octopus balls, a big banh mi.
hope it's the go because I've been missing them. I've really been missing a good banh mi, so.
They better have a really good poop stick shovel, all right? They're going to have to be digging a pretty big hole. Wow, sunset over the water like that.
What'd you get?
Ice cream.
More
Ice
food.
cream.
I got a free scoop.
Free scoop. How good? So sunset market's done. Incredible, eh?
It was so good. We ate so much food though.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm so full and I'm not even finished eating yet. I'm still eating my ice cream.
Just got your ice cream. Alright, Friday. Today's antics. I'm going to try and mount new solar panel I picked up yesterday onto the new roof rack. And she's going to be pretty dodgy, so.
How are they going to do that?
Sneaky trip to Bunnings last night after our big sunset market cruise. Got a few supplies and we'll see what we can make out
They're going to weld it?
The awning's up. The solar panel is successfully up. Ryan's having a ball.
Trying to work out where everything can go. Try and disperse the weight a bit more so we don't end up with the same issue. Even though we should be on the right foot now, being we got the lighter roof rack and we got another foot on the roof rack too, so it disperses the weight a bit more.
Yeah, okay, so I see what they've done there. By the way, the trouble with what they've done, well, not the trouble, but I know this for a fact, that now will not fit under a conventional garage. A conventional garage height, I think it's 2.8 meters, 2.9 meters. That won't fit in. My Go van with the roof rack on fits into a conventional garage, which living on the coast like I do is very important, right? You don't want sea spray permanently damaging the vehicle. So I park it in the garage. Well, me and my sister share it, but the thing is, I was very careful or very wary of, and I changed these things here. I got Rhino rack ones, but they're just the shoulders or the clamps. I bought specific ones that would be lower to the roof, and then I had to get a spacer in between. The spaces in between, I had to get an El Pistolero and put it in between to make up the height, but not too high. And it still now fits in the garage, which is so sick.
So, yes.
Can you take him up there?
It's all been fun. Come up here and have a look. Solar panels, not my best work, but hopefully it'll last. And yeah, just trying to fill the gaps in. Got all that stuff down there mostly to go up here. So,
and I'd be intrigued to see what they do with, so where the gap between, right where her head is, once the awning is set up, I've discovered that there is a gap between the awning and the roof of the van. And so when you pull the awning out and you're underneath it, because of the shape of the van, the edge of the van's not a straight line. It's kind of convex. So what happens is the water comes down and it runs with the door open, the water will land inside the vehicle. And I've discovered the solution is to put pool noodles, which they do have 2 of, pool noodles wedged in the gap between the awning and the roof. Now that's on my setup. I don't know how they do it on theirs because theirs is a completely different setup situation, but I think I've mitigated that issue on mine, but we'll find out the next time it hammers down with rain when I'm out there.
just mount the Starling back up and tyre. Get everything packed away real neat.
4th day in Darwin.
Nice.
Having an absolute blast. We had the best day yesterday. We checked out the lagoon. We went to the Greek festival.
That wave pool there at Lagoon too.
We watched the sunset. That was awesome.
Yeah, the yacht club.
Yacht club, yep.
Finished off with a bit of sushi.
Oh yeah, we had like the best
Craving.
sushi ever.
Craving for so long.
I reckon that was the best sushi train I've ever been to in my life. So far.
So far. But yeah, today, heading to the beer can regatta at Mindle Beach. Once a year they put it on.
So everyone builds their own boats out of beer cans.
Yeah, so I'm going to check that out, see what it's like. Thoughts on the Luxor?
It's the best luck I've ever had, ever.
Ooh, big call. Since you've eaten a lot of Luxors. Let's go check out these beer can boats.
Figure 8.
How about this one?
Back into shore.
Paul's iced coffee boat.
For 2 lots, 2 rounds. 2 rounds, yep.
The things you do, eh? Australia.
Catamaran. Looks fast, this one.
Well, it certainly is great
The
weather.
most well built one, this one.
Kayak 8 to 12 years of age, race. A good shape.
Another catamaran.
So a lot of kids to want to have a go.
Got the VB boat already out, having a float.
Are you ready, Joe? Let's see.
There's the VB boat. This one. Got my money on this one.
Yeah, that's the leader so far. There we go. That's all right.
Thong throwing.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Perfect day for it.
So fun.
Notice there's no one swimming. Why is no one swimming? Okay, some people are.
We have a winner.
To the Mindle markets again.
More food.
And the next day,
no
we
food.
decided to check out Berry Springs, which is about 50 k's from Darwin.
Berry.
Oh, we got a new video camera now. $40 from Kmart.
Whoa.
Should be sick of it in a week. Gonna go check out the falls now. And we got some deep water and some more deep water.
Beware of currents, no crocodile safety. Very low crocodile risk. There you go.
Ready, kids?
Wow, that looks nice. Horrible music. Such YouTube
At the
music.
waterfall now, and
YouTube
we're gonna
music.
float down. Left our bag and stuff down there, so off we go. Just pulled up an Adelaide River. Nice camp spot underneath the tree. Bit shocking for the solar, so I had to unleash the solar blanket. And you wouldn't believe it, but the Starlink's working perfectly.
Huh.
There's been places a lot clearer views than this and had terrible internet, but yeah, I don't know what Muskie's done, but made it work under this tree.
Muskie.
So spot on, Musk. I'm about to head off to Adelaide River Pub. A bit of a special night tonight. It's State of Origin, second game. Queensland 1 game down to the dirty cockroaches, so let's see if we can settle this straight.
Sounds noisy in there. Holy moly.
So the origin's going up. Screen's up, beers are going down. Got a bit of live music on tonight too, and we've got the best seat in the house.
Cheering.
Yeah. Bring it on.
There she stood in a doorway. I heard a mission bell. And I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could
Hotel California.
And she lit up a candle.
Everything's set for a great origin. Hey, we're back in Darwin. New camp chairs.
Hey.
Oh, nice and easy to set up. A few more people here this time. It's quite packed, which is lovely to see.
My camp chairs are
The
better.
hosts really deserve it. Lovely people.
Although, that camp chair's got a little fold-out table.
The hosts really deserve it.
That's pretty slick. Mine doesn't have that. Okay.
Lovely people. V8's on tomorrow. Very excited about that. Bring it on. Perfect weather once again.
They're pretty, they're pretty bogan, aren't they? The V8s, mate, and then the footy.
The V8's in Darwin. It's Friday. Going to do a bit of a walk around now, check out everything else before the races start on Saturday and Sunday. So, and we're in.
Ooh, hey.
I have zero interest in either of these two things, the V8s and the footy. But each to your own.
Back at the van now after the first day. We've done about 17,000 kilometres today. Not one more kilometre can be done. Can you say, Kizza? Blink once for no, blink twice for yes.
No. Good morning.
Good morning.
It is 6:50. We are on our way to day 2 of the V8s because Ryan has demanded.
You got up at 6:50 to go and see fast cars go around the track? That's commitment.
That we get there early to get the best seats in the entire world.
Wow.
Looks like it's going to be a good day. Maybe
They're into it though, I guess.
That'd be nice. Bloody hot yesterday.
Yeah, we'll try and get a spot in the shade if we could.
The Saturday was absolutely incredible. We weren't quite close enough though, so we decided the next morning we would come back even earlier.
3 days of that? Well, look, as long as you're both into it, which they seem to both be, it's a shared joy. It's a shared passion. They're into it together. That's nice. I couldn't think of anything worse to do, but that's just me.
That was incredible.
Fucking amazing.
Big fan of the V8s now.
Yeah, we're going every year. Let's go see if we can get over the other side now. How good? I believe they call this a Christmas tree. So we've finished the V8s and we've headed back to Mendel Markets for one last Luxor and sunset. Chair set up.
Sunset.
Let's go get this Luxor. just sweet paprika. So that brings us to the end of this week. Thanks so much for joining in.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, guys. And don't forget to follow along. Next week we'll be in Litchfield National Park.
Luxor time.
I do like it. He's applauding the sunset.
I heard there was clapping.
Oh, there we go. Starting the clap. I kind of like it how they do a week wrap. Like they wrap up, they film for a week, then they compile it into 1 week of content. I mean, when I did my trip, I did daily content and it got pretty tedious by the end. Now it was, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but you did give me this to look at. I probably won't watch the whole performance, but I am intrigued by what this is. French band, right? It's intriguing outfits. It's a performance as well as a visual performance. Engine de poitrine. These guys are weird. Thanks, Woz. Yeah, cool. Very weird. You know this, Jim? Yeah, Woz linked this up for me to watch. Imagine it'd be easy to play guitar with those gloves on. This is the first time seeing it. It is creative for sure, yeah. They use click tracks so that they're in sync. Yeah. So it's been looped, right? It's a weird guitar, microtonal. I don't even know what that means. Microtonal. If you look at the frets. Oh yeah, true. You get a good view of it there. Yeah, look how small the frets are on that guitar. The bass and the bass too. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's intriguing, isn't it? I'm not sure what I think of it. I mean, It's certainly unique. I don't think I've seen anything like it. They got hugely popular after this performance. Is it all instrumental or is there vocals as well? It's kind of chaotic, isn't it? There's no microphones, there's no vocal mics there. There's a little bit of strange vocals, but not much. Okay. Where are they singing into then? So that's just a sample. The fuck am I watching? Yeah, it's two dudes, right? I will say this, I don't like how compressed the drums are in this recording anyway. Like a little more room sound, but that's just me. Oh shit, I'm getting detected audio in the YouTube stream. I should have kept an eye on that. Yeah, this is a pretty big performance. I'm going to have to stop it there though. Let's just take a look at what these yahoos are. So it's from the 6th of February. It's got 14 million views. No wonder this got dinged. Yeah, I stopped it in time. 61,000 comments. When they announce a world tour, I hope they clarify which world. That's funny. Proof that we never ran out of wrists, we just ran out of frets. I cannot believe I was alive to witness the release of Music 2. Do you guys do weddings? I came for a song and left with a new operating system. These comments are great. I'm happy to see that my childhood imaginary friends are doing well. These are great comments. I've waited 70 years for this kind of music and I'm only 45. I put this on a loop in the gym and I've been running on a treadmill for hours in the wrong direction. These are great comments. The wildest thing is that after 5 minutes, this starts sounding completely normal. My absolute favorite thing about them is that they look exactly the way they sound. If these two don't play at my funeral, I ain't going. Man, these are the best YouTube comments I've ever seen, and every single one of them is a banger. It's 2026, I'm 43, and I still can't find music to love that will annoy my father. This too made me sit on the guitar and play the sofa. Shout out for KEXP for initiating first contact with the aliens. They didn't break the internet, they fixed it. Everyone's loving it, man. For those wondering, the trippy part starts at 000. This was recorded on the 31st of February. Don't you think these are the best YouTube comments ever? I hope they will visit the Earth again soon. I looked up the sheet music for these tracks and they were written in Windings. Dude, this is literally every single comment is an absolute banger. Angie de Poitrin makes me feel amazing and these comments make me feel even better. Coming here for future feels goods. Maybe you guys aren't ready for that yet, but your kids are going to love it, quote unquote. I showed this to my microwave. Now it's a microtone, which is the guitar. Just notice that this is the best comment section on all of YouTube. Right on, Yaji. Yeah, you know. Absolutely insane use of free will. Wow. Let me find out who these yahoos are. What the crikey? Let's open up a GPT machine. Tell me everything about... Oh, why did it take it like that? Entrenching. It's one of those phrases that means very different things depending on context. It's an original French medical term for angina, chest pain. The surreal masked experimental band that exploded online last year. There's the original meaning. Here we go, the band. They're an anonymous masked experimental duo from Quebec, Canada, that went massively viral late last year, early this year. Their sound blends math rock, microtonal guitar, surrealist performance art, jazz chaos, noise rock, strange rhythmic loops, theatrical visual aesthetics. People compare them to Primus. Yeah, okay. Horse Lords, I don't know who that is. L1011, I don't know who 2 of those out of 3. I know Primus very well. They have 2 albums out, worth a listen. To be fair, are the albums the same as that performance? Because if they are, I'm going to be honest, I'm not really into it to hear an album. If it's the same as that, which I kind of think it might be. Why they blew up? The internet became obsessed with them for several reasons. Their music sounds wrong in an addictive way. They use microtonal guitars, meaning notes between the normal Western 12-note scale. This creates an eerie pitch blend, an unsettling harmony, riffs that feel like they're melting, a constant, almost in tune sensation. I get that all the time I play. That would be Timu Primus, right. For many listeners, it's the first time hearing microtonal music used in catchy rock structures. I've never heard of it before now. Reddit discussions constantly mention this as a defining feature. Okay. Their visual identity is bizarre. They perform wearing masks, geometric costumes, triangle imagery, strange hand symbols, surreal stage design. The whole thing feels like a cult, a Dadaist art project, an ARG. What's an ARG? Or aliens who discovered math rock. People became fascinated trying to decode the imagery. They arrived during the AI music panic. And Jean Depoitrine is music AI cannot understand. Okay. Are they actually anonymous? Sort of. Internet sleuths believe they're musicians from Quebec's Sanguinet region. Okay. Their reputation, they become extremely polarizing. Some people think they're revolutionary, brilliant, new direction for experimental rock. Others think it's style over substance. The microtone becomes gimmicky. Yo, Jim's got a split. Time for me to crash. Have a good... Thanks, Jim. Take care, man. Thanks for hanging out, man. They're mainly an internet aesthetic phenomenon. Fan base rapidly developed inside jokes, symbolic memes, pseudo blah blah blah. Okay. Okay, so they're a thing. They are a thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just skip forward a bit and hopefully don't get stung again. I don't want to get stung again for a copy stash this. Right up your alley. Look, I'm genuinely intrigued by interesting music, and that definitely fills that category right there. Like, this is intriguing. It's weird to say it, but I'm not really into it. Like, I'm intrigued by it, but I don't get extremely stoked by it. Like, I'm not like, wow, that's really rad. It's certainly intriguing, though. It's definitely worth having a look at and enjoying, which is what we've just done. Let us move on. I don't know how much of this we're going to watch. In fact, I don't. By the way, Dale's not here, but Dale put this in. Secretary Rubio holds fiery White House press briefing. Are there timestamps that we can spin forward to, like, you know, the hot takes? Or are we going to have to watch a little of it? When does it fire up? If I want to get fired up about Rubio, I don't know. I thought there might have been someone had timestamped it. We'll just watch a bit of it and see what we go, how we go. Yeah, the residents meet Primus. Do you know what, man? And by the way, I did get the heads up warning again immediately from YouTube, so we can't play any more of Engine Deportin. Residents meet Primus. So both of those bands, like, I really dig. The Residents I find very difficult to listen to, but I dig. Primus I find easy to listen to, and I dig. So you're kind of sailing on the edge there. Like, you get to that point where it's like, is it just quirky for being quirky, or is it like actually, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Let's bore ourselves senseless with politics.
I'll be filling in for Caroline today, obviously. So I'll have a brief remarks here, and then we'll get to your questions.
Okay, let's.
As you know, over the weekend, the president announced this Project Freedom. And the goal of it is to, frankly, if you want to talk about it, it's to rescue like almost 23,000 civilians from 87 different countries that are trapped inside of the Gulf and left for dead in the Persian Gulf by this Iranian regime.
Maybe we'll skip forward to the question and answers. That's probably where it gets fired up, right?
And it's difficult because it's hard to get past that in their system. But it's important for them to make a sensible choice and the one that's right for their people. The president, our president, has proven time and again that his preference is peace. But Iran, a year ago, that's the outcome I think most of us would have preferred a long time ago. But that's not the option they've given us, given their activity. All right, there's no way I can figure out who to call on. I'm just going to, like, press right in the middle, right there, you right there, yeah. Right in the back row.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I'll go to you next. All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Secretary Rubio.
Keep going right.
Welcome to the White House.
What's that?
Talking to me, sir?
Yeah, to you, yes, sir.
Thank you. I have two questions on two separate issues that come
Do they
under...
get two questions for these?
Two questions.
There's a lot of people in here.
That fall under your umbrella.
All right, well, you answer. You can ask me two questions. I'll give you one answer.
Thank you very much.
And I'll pick the one I like better.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. The first has to do with the blockade. There are lawmakers from both parties who claim the blockade is an act of war. What do you say to that? And my second question has to do with the fuel embargo of Cuba. How long, Mr. Secretary, will that last?
Okay, two things. All right, good. I'll answer both your questions because I like the second one too. The first one on the blockade. And so why do we have a blockade? We have a blockade because they shut down the straits. So I don't know which members of Congress you're talking to, but here's what I would ask them. I would ask everybody here. It's very simple. These guys have shut down the Straits of Hormuz. This is what Iran is saying. We will shut down the straits. No one can go through. No country in the world can go through unless we allow you to go through, and you have to pay us. But our ships can go through, meaning the Iranian ships, as much as they want. That's crazy. Who would agree to that? So how are we going to have a situation where they get to close the straits to everybody, and the only people who are allowed to go through there 100% without paying anything are the Iranians? If you do that, they'll keep the straits closed forever. They're trying to make this some new normal. Okay, under no circumstances can we ever allow them to normalize the fact that they get to blow up commercial ships and put mines in the water. So the response to that is we're going to blockade your ships. If everyone's ships are not getting out, your ships are not getting out either. That's not an act of war. That's a defensive measure. It's a counter to what they have decided to do. You know what is an act of war? Putting mines in the water. Why don't the members of Congress, whoever it is complaining about it, they should be all over that. These guys put mines in the water. That alone, mining in the water is illegal, period, under any circumstances, and they've done it. But this is crazy stuff, but this is what they've done. On Cuba, oil blockade on Cuba. There's no oil blockade on Cuba per se. Here's what's happening with Cuba, okay? Cuba used to get free oil from Venezuela. Used to give them a bunch of free oil. They would take like 60% of that oil and resell it for cash. It wouldn't even go to benefit the people. So the only blockade that's happened is the Cubans have decided, the Venezuelans have decided we're not giving you free oil anymore. And you can only imagine nowadays, the way oil prices are, no one's giving away free oil, much less to a failed regime. So the problem with Cuba is worse, okay? Their economic model doesn't work. Doesn't work. And the people who are in charge can't fix it.
Seems pretty
and the
fair.
reason that I can't fix it is not just because they're communists, that's bad enough, but they're incompetent communists. The only thing worse than a communist is an incompetent one. And that's what, so incompetent communists run that country, they don't know how to fix it. They really don't. And we have 90 miles from our shores, a failed state that also happens to be friendly territory for some of our adversaries. So it's an unacceptable status quo, and we'll be addressing it, but not today. Okay. All right, let's go to the front, right there.
Secretary Rubio.
Yeah.
You are going to the Vatican to meet with the Pope. Is this an attempt to smooth things over with the Pope, given the rhetoric between President Trump and Pope Leo?
No, I mean, it's a trip we had planned from before, and obviously we had some stuff that happened. And no, look, there's a lot to talk about with the Vatican. I'll give you one example. The Pope just returned from a trip to Africa, where the church is growing very vibrantly. And we have shared concerns about religious freedom, religious freedom in different parts of the world. We'd love to talk to them about that. The topic of Cuba, you know, we gave Cuba $6 million of humanitarian aid, but obviously they won't let us distribute it. We distributed it through the church. We'd like to do more. We're willing to give more humanitarian aid to Cuba, by the way, distributed through the church, but the Cuban regime has to allow us to do it. They won't allow us to give their own people more humanitarian aid, and we're willing to do it through the church. So there's a lot to talk about.
And the president recently said that the Pope is endangering a lot of Catholics as a result of his rhetoric around the Iran war. Is that a sentiment?
Well, I don't think that's an accurate description of what he said. I think what the president basically said is that Iran can't have a nuclear weapon because they would use it against places that have a lot of Catholics and Christians and others for that matter. It goes back to the central point. I think the president, without trying to speak for him, but I think I can characterize it this way. He doesn't understand why anybody, leave aside the Pope, the president and I, for that matter.
Because this is a 45-minute or 49-minute press briefing, as a heads up, for next time that we get kind of large format political content, can we get a timestamp to where we should watch from? Because I can't watch any more of that. I don't know about you. We're going to wrap it up here with something that is very close to my heart in the sense that I've been here. Red Bank Gorge. Marty and I were out there. This is in the center, in the Northern Territory there. And this is a link that Dale gave me this afternoon. Red Bank Gorge by a channel called GOG Adventures. They've got 205 subs, posted it a year ago. It's got 151 views. Kind of like my content.
That's the next morning. We're heading to the Red Bank Gorge.
Orchids?
No, they look like orchids, but they're not. Absolutely gorgeous.
Man, the quality's pretty bunk. I've been there. I've walked all along there.
Rain last night, and it's been raining.
They're South Africans?
For last week, a few days, and look at this beautiful flowers. I think they're called mala mala.
Definitely South African.
But it's not enough to fill the river up. Oh, I wonder, look, they have like a fruit here, like a cucumber. It's not a wild cucumber, that's for sure, but...
Don't be eating that. You get very, very sore mouth.
It's a windy morning today, but it's not cold at least. Yesterday when we were walking to the lookouts of almost gorge, it was very windy and cold, and then it warmed up and the wind dropped off. But today it's about 17 degrees and the wind's picking up. It's been raining last night. It looks like those rocks are a bit wet.
This is where I saw the purple rocks. Oh, you can see them in the foreground there. Purple rocks in nature. Pretty rad. You don't have to, like, you can see it right there, right? You don't often see purple in nature like that.
What a nice specimen of a ghost gum. So white. Let's see if it's gonna leave this powdery feeling on your hand, on my hand.
What the hell? What the hell? Where was that noise coming from?
Feeling on your hand, on my...
What, was that an alert or something? Was that a Twitch alert or something? I got these alerts, I don't even know what they are. Like, I didn't program that one. Was that a Twitch thing? Whoever did that, was that a Twitch thing? I didn't see anything. Don't know what that was. It was Jake with a raid on Twitch. Thanks, man. Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. You frightened me. I thought it was inside the this video. No, don't apologize, dude. I just that's a generic Twitch noise that I have not changed. So whenever that happens, I'm like, huh, that's coming from somewhere.
My hand. It sure does. That's the ghost gum. They're standing out at night time. Smell of eucalyptus.
Wow, it's got a cool bend in that tree.
Oh, we are climbing over all those rocks. Beautiful rocks. Look at that.
Pretty incredible place.
I think we're here at the gorge. Coming close. Up.
Oh, I planked right there. I think. Wait, if there's water over the back of those rocks, if that's where the gorge starts, I planked right there.
Yesterday we saw on the landscape like that, just at the beach and on top of the rocks, a family of rock wallabies.
Oh no.
I wonder if there's any here.
Oh wait, yeah. I planked.
Of rock wallabies.
I planked right there. Right in front of that little wall. Classic. That's funny.
I wonder if there's any here.
Because that's the start of the water. And then you climb over that edge. And then there's the big lake right there.
That's a designated swimming area.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like there is much water.
Oh, wow.
Oh, the gorge is spectacular.
No. So, my bad. It was this wall. It was this rock wall. I planked right on the edge of this rock wall because just over it is the main gorge.
Wow. Oh, it's so different, eh? Every gorge is so different. All those geological formations. Oh, the same nature, but they, oh, look at that. They didn't erode the same way.
It's about the same amount of water as when we were there.
How's that for morning swim?
Get it. Probably too cold. Oh, they're going to take a swim. Nice.
It goes in, further in, and it probably comes out.
We swam right into that gap there, Marty and I. Man, they need to get a Rode Wireless Go. I don't know if it's going to be more of the same.
Spotted a bit elevated with a 360 view of the crater.
Crater? Yeah, I can't handle the wind, man. I mean, I'm no genius, but I got that sorted. There was another photo that Dale put in the Discord. There's the crater. That's why I wanted you to see it. Yeah, the crater. Pretty rad, man. Yeah, pretty cool. And I remember looking at that when Marty and I were out there thinking that that's the crater that they filmed Wolf Creek at, but it's not. I got that wrong, but that is pretty impressive. No denying that. Yeah. Australia's a pretty interesting country, right? Some pretty interesting landforms. Like, look at that, dude. This makes me want to take my, are you still here, Was? I think I want to get rid of my Phantom 4 drone and get a better drone or a smaller drone. One that I don't mind using, because the P4 is like, just takes a lot to set up, and it just seems, just cumbersome, I suppose. And I want to get better. If I'm gonna shoot daily content on this road trip, whatever I end up doing, wherever I end up going, I want to be able to include drone footage and lots more of it. More than I did last time. But folks, we're gonna. Oh no, we won't wrap up here. Let's take a tangent. We haven't caught up with Toothboy for a little while. We're about 2 hours and 13 minutes into a 3 hour 30 5-year look back on his channel. Let's just watch a little half an hour or so. See what he's got. Toothboy, what you got for us?
I'm still waiting for something to drop still, because everything's like...
Something will break on the way down the canyon.
So hello there!
Hello there!
National Park in California.
More than 6 months worth of rain falling in just hours.
Stranding about 1,000 visitors and workers. Roughly 60 vehicles apparently buried in mud and debris.
So today I was on a supply run trying to get the valve so we could fill the tank to backfill the tank, as well as some decking supplies for the theater that we're going to do the movie theater at. And as I was out, a flash flood hit the town, the area. As you can tell in front of me, I'm pulling up to Cerro Gordo. It's over the road. You can see a river there. I'm getting reports that up the road a little bit from the guys that are up there, it's completely washed out down to bedrock. It means a few things. It means that getting any water truck up there to fill this is going to be pretty much impossible until we can get this road rebuilt. You know, that's gonna have to be the county that does that.
California is prone to flash flooding. Well, man, up where he is, like in the Death Valley region, that's where LA, or at least the downtown LA area, gets all of its water, right? That's why they put the famous LA River, the aqueduct kind of process comes from up there in the Death Valley area and funnels itself all the way down to the downtown area. That's how all of Los Angeles gets its water, right? Drinking water.
The ones that grade the road. And so now with the road washed out, I can't anticipate any cement truck being able to go up until we fix the road. So the basement can't continue, which means
LA gets its water from the mountains and reservoirs, but I think you'll find the bulk of it comes from the Death Valley area. Snowmelt runoff. No, I think I'm pretty certain I got that right. If you want to do a little, just know that you're wrong. Do a little research. I'm pretty certain a lot of it comes from that Death Valley area. They put those and opened up the waterways to bring water down to the towns in front of, like, between Death Valley and downtown LA, and all of it along the way got fed water.
It's our framing. The wood is ordered. It's already sitting here. We already have the carpenter. So those two projects, who knows? You know, right now it's almost
I reckon
dark,
we're both correct.
And so I'm gonna go up in the morning. I'm actually staying Keeler tonight because there's another flash flood warning. I just got it on my phone. There you go. Got the flood warning in effect. Up the road, the narrows are washed out. That's up where the town is there. You know, it just seemed like we were on pace to finally get this thing enclosed, the hotel, get the tank buried, have two huge pieces out of the way. Now flash flood might put us back weeks, might put us back months, might put us back longer. You know, you just don't know. If anything I've learned over the last couple of years here, it's that this too shall pass and we'll figure out a way. But just hate to see momentum come to a halt like this. All right, so we're just about to leave and try to take the back way into Cerro Gordo to see what the damage is like. The front road is completely impassable. It's totally washed out. So we got airing down some tires, got someone making a pry rod in case we need it. We have MREs, a bunch of water. Looks like they're trying to block the road here. can see there's a lot of machinery out. Yeah, they're blocking the road. They're trying to stop people from going through to Death Valley. But this is the only other way into Cerro Gordo, so you can see all the people hanging out.
Tailski, I just checked. I hate to say this, but I was wrong. Just know you're wrong. I was wrong, was I? Ah, shit. All right. I'll stand corrected. I got it wrong.
So DWP stopped me and they said that just even up on here on the road a little ways, it's impossible to get past. So there's no way to get in the back way. So that's gonna be fun. So what's going on? The road's blocked here. We can't even take the main highway. Yep.
Now, without being the pessimist, they all have 4-wheel drives. Can't they just go off-road? Right? Why do they need roads? Where they're going.
So we're back at it. This road, the highway even, is apparently washed out somewhere along here. We need to not only just take this highway and pave, then we have to get on a dirt road and then take the dirt road for a long ways, then take the really gnarly back Cerro Gordo road. So it's not looking good already. If they say
Might not be legal to go off-road there. Oh, is that a thing in America? It's not legal to drive off-road? Really? I don't think in places, yeah. I don't think that's a thing in Australia. I think as long as you've got the vehicle, you can go off-road. You need to, really, you can't go off-road. Huh. I don't think that's a thing in Australia. I've never heard of that being a thing here. If you've got a vehicle that can do it, charge it.
this highway's washed out, but let's see what the highway
private property is off limits, for example. Yeah. Sorry, you can't trespass. Yeah, that's the same here. Just, I don't know, just the way that you sort of worded that, it sounded like there was like places where you're not allowed to go off-road. I mean, you're definitely not allowed to just, hook into someone's property and charge. Definitely not.
And then see how far we can make it, because we got red up there, we got animals up there. We're gonna make it up there. You can see all the warning signs. This is a bad road on a good day.
Yeah.
Sure is beautiful out here. Joshua trees. As you can see, we're still on the road. Not too bad so far, surprisingly. A little bit more hope that we can get in the back way. But again, it's really once we get into that gravel, dirt, final climb by Cerro Gordo that's going to be an issue. All right, here we are. Moment of truth. We're leaving White Talc Mountain Road and entering the Cerro Gordo Wash. Basically, if this way isn't accessible, and there's no way into Cerro Gordo right now, mile or two left, 2 miles, and it's been all right, because it seems like all the water always washes over the front down the yellow grade road. Back here there's drainage, as you can see. So I'm curious to get to town, see what happened in town, see how bad any ruts are. All right, so getting back into town, and
that's definitely the harder road to get on.
Most of the water runs off the front, so we were able to make it back. It's sunny right now. And then we get on the dirt bike and explore how bad the road is going down. See if we can't fix anything with an excavator. But it's good to get back because we got our boy Red up here. And of course the animals, they got to make sure they get cared of.
Hey, Dugski. Hello there. How you doing, Doug? What to do? It's good having a one of these things. What's that, a backhoe or something? He's been given one from Heavy D Sparks to just use whenever he needs it, right?
I just
find that life up
Excavator,
here is this constant contrast between highs and lows. You know, every day I get to experience just the transcendental beauty that's all around me. You know, for 2 years I've been able to walk in the shadows of Mount Whitney and experience that awe and that humbling nature that
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
Very apt. Very apt. Mr. Tooth Boy does tend to exaggerate the truth. Yes, he does.
Exposed out here. And then my backyard is Death Valley National Park. I just get to experience that intimacy and that clarity that comes with just staring at the desert day in and day out. But then on the flip side,
Doug's been enjoying the alerts lately.
Have the wrath that comes with Mother Nature and being so exposed. You know, being exposed literally and metaphorically, being so vulnerable. You know, being vulnerable that my best made plans will just get literally washed away.
Very cool.
In one day's notice. You know, being so vulnerable that, you know, at times it just makes me want that normal life, you know, that comfortable apartment back in Austin where, you know, the worst thing is if my apartment floods, I call a maintenance crew, they come and fix it. And if they can't fix it, they put me up in a hotel. But out here.
Yeah, but Tooth Boy, let's be real. If you just lived in your apartment in Austin, Texas and made a channel about living alone in my apartment in Austin, Texas, it wouldn't be a 2 million view video, right? Or it wouldn't be a 2 million view channel. Come on, dude.
If a flood happens, no one's putting you up in a hotel, and it's not a pipe that needs to be tightened.
I do like the alerts at the right time.
Dirt road.
It's wonderful that you guys can trigger them, and it's almost in real time like that. That is, yeah. This interaction, this two-way street just got a lot busier. The traffic, you know.
They have to fix piece by piece. You know,
Agree. Yeah,
draw
totes.
Every part of you over and over and over again, to the point where you ask, how much more can you take? I think the day after the flood, I felt that. You know, I just felt, how many more of these can I go through? You know, how much more of myself can I give to this town? How much more of other people can I ask of this town? You know, it just makes me want to be in that comfortable apartment. But I know me, you know, I know that being back in that comfortable apartment, I'm gonna miss the mountain. You know, I'm gonna miss things going on here. I'm gonna get anxious about this town not seeing its true potential. And that's just what this place does to people. You know, it gets in your blood and it infects you in this way that it's been doing for the past 150 years. Now, I remember being sent this journal of a woman who lived here in the early 1900s, and this town practically destroyed her whole family. You know, it basically ruined her life, her marriage. It was difficult. There's 12-foot snowbanks, and she moved away from the town for a long time. And one of the last journal entries in the diary was how much she was lamenting for just one more sunset up at Cerro Gordo.
Aww.
Fill the hole. And I feel that.
Fill that hole.
There's some calling here. There's this beauty of nature and history and potential that I think keeps me coming back for more. You know, so at this point, at this juncture,
TB is really good at telling the story. Yeah, he really is. He is a good storyteller. No denying that. No denying that at all. And what a set of top choppers he's got there too. Netsky's over on Pill. Dang, can't get Valora to load a page tonight. Refresh 20 times, just a white page. You better get that checked out because it's no dramas for us. We're fine on Valoran skins.
After everything looks,
he embellishes. He definitely embellishes.
Like hotel plans are going to happen again this year, as they haven't for the past two. It looks like the most practical move is just to go somewhere nice, recount the year, and pick it up again next year. But if you watch this channel for a while, you know that's not going to happen.
Ooh.
If you watch this channel for a while, you know that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
But if you watch this channel for a while, you know that's not going to happen.
Now there's an audio drop that we could grab. Toothboy telling us that's
one of the wettest we've ever seen from the standpoint of water.
One of the wettest we've seen from the standpoint of water. Thank you, Donald.
I'm going to visit all 6 levels of the mine, explore each of them.
Gotta love a good explore. Let's grab Toothboy telling us that's not going to happen. This could be used in many different instances. Let's grab it.
Year. But if you watch this channel for a while, you know that's not going to happen.
That's gold, man. That's not going to happen. I'll save that later. Or I'll just save it now so I don't lose it. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. What was the first one we did earlier? Oh, I'll find it later. But what's the max number of alerts? I don't think there is any. I don't think there is a max amount of alerts. This doesn't. There's no indication of that.
Go somewhere nice, recount the year, and pick it up again next year. But if you watch this channel for a while, you know that's not going to happen.
That'll be great for any instance. Want to do something good? That's not going to happen.
My favorite days at Cerro Gordo.
Where else should we go?
Where else? Good Lord above, you're going to make a friggin' library. Do you know what the beautiful thing about that is? They're not just for me. Anybody across the platform can use these. That's the sick thing, right? Anybody can take them and use them. And then I get vaults when they do. This is sick.
Town feels alive.
By the way, just wait until that concept gets, well, hold on, wait for two things. Wait for Valora to get traction and bring in a lot of the big streamers, and then wait for that feature to gain traction. So you're telling me that if I make cool alerts that people want to use, whenever they use them, I get paid? That is pretty damn rad, right? That's going along the lines of the early,
this is sick.
Right, earning Lino from viewing, and when streamers, if you stake it and streamers bigger than you get donated, you get a percentage of their earnings. That's the same kind of concept. You know? Let's say
Peter,
let's say we get let's say we get the big names over here, like, the train wrecks and the Aiden Rosses, and they're suddenly using our alerts. Hello, thanks very much, Mr. Aiden. Peter.
Get a little glimpse into maybe what the town felt like back in the heyday. And we get that with the
Valora needs
events,
alerts.
with the
Events,
race, things like
events.
that. We also get it when groups of volunteers come together to tackle really specific tasks. And I think of all of the days in the past 5 years, possibly my favorite day of them all was when a bunch of us came together to pour the second half of this concrete wall you see behind me.
Dun, dun, dun,
all right,
dun,
so
dun.
starting tomorrow, there is going to be a lot of activity behind me. That is because starting tomorrow, we're going to begin the process of mixing and pouring 30 yards of concrete and the basement walls behind me. 30 yards is 1,500 90-pound bags of dry concrete mix. That's nearly 70 tons of mix.
Use metric, man, you big idiot. I wonder how much money he spent on this in total. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Has to be brought all the way up here. And all of these supplies I'm talking about are being delivered at the bottom of the mountain, which is an 8-mile dirt road away, almost a mile in elevation below us. And the reason that we're having to bring all these supplies up here is because no concrete company will bring their trucks up our road. The road's too dangerous, there's easier jobs elsewhere, and so it's really up to us. So the situation actually isn't that much different than one I was in just over a year ago. At that point in time,
Crown
we
Joe.
were just beginning.
How you doing, man? In due time. Yeah, man. In due time. Oh, you're talking about you're at work? Okay, no worries. Shh. Put that down. What are you watching streams for? You should be working.
In the hotel process, and we needed to pour our first concrete into the footers. So the footers are the thing that are going to support everything you see behind me. And that called for 80 yards of concrete. And so at that time, a guy named Dave Sparks pretty much saved the day. And Dave came over.
One day
here
we'll
with
have
his gang,
IRL events.
all
Yeah,
from
man.
Utah, and they brought a mixer truck. And pretty much right here, we mixed and poured 80 yards of concrete in the same day.
Must be nice to be able to spend tens of millions on a pet project with little actual value. I mean, you wonder where he got all his money from, Like, did he win on the Bitcoin? Did he win in the crypto lottery? Who knows, man?
And at that time, I thought that was the hardest day I might have up here at Cerro Gordo. Dave proved that it was possible. And so after we put up the first lift, so half of the wall behind me, a local company had seen Dave's video, and they're like, you know what? If Dave can do it, I think we can bring our trucks up there. So the second pour of concrete was super simple. We just had trucks come up, we had a pump, we pumped around, things were done in an hour or so. Unfortunately, when it came time to the third port, the top half of that wall you see behind
This
me.
project looks interesting. This is the American hotel at Cerro Gordo that somehow burnt down and you had to rebuild it.
Things haven't been so easy. Turns out after that first run up here,
It was
it
was Crown Joe who mentioned events. I stole it. Did you now, you little event thefter?
decided, you know what? No, that road is too dangerous. It's too much of a risk for our drivers. You know, we have much easier jobs everywhere else. We're just not going to do it. This time, we're taking a little bit different approach. This time, the community that cares so much about this town has all rallied behind it, and we're going to make it happen. We have probably a half dozen trucks coming. We have probably a dozen to 20 people coming up here to help. I am looking forward to these days almost more than any. You know, they're going to probably be the hardest days I've ever had up here at Cerro Gordo in 2+ years. But on the other end of those days means the end of the concrete phase of the hotel, which is a day that I've been looking forward to for a very, very long time, because that means framing can
We should do a
begin.
special meeting just for the event stuff. Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's definitely, you should table that for a future event. Yeah.
That means that this hotel can just come back to life, which has been pretty much my guiding light for the last 2 years. So for the next few days, it's going to be a lot of transportation, a lot of mixing, a lot of pouring, a lot of learning, a lot of help from a lot of different people, but I'm super excited about it. All this will help complete and finish the basement of the hotel. The plan was, over the course of 2 days, we were going to get 40 pallets delivered to Keeler. I was going to go down there with a forklift, unload these pallets, and start hauling them up the hill. And we have a 5-ton military truck here that was given to us by Dave Sparks, which can haul a lot of weight. It's really useful. But it, space-wise, can at most bring 4 pallets up at a time. And 4 pallets, when you're 40, would be 10 runs up and down the hill. And up and down the hill with full load takes about an hour. So you're looking at just an insane amount of time on a vehicle that is prone to breaking down.
So this was 3.5 years ago. So what we're watching here, Dale, is a 5-year in a ghost town compilation video. So even though, yeah, we're not in 2020, but we're watching his 2026 review of 5 years, and that's why the date's always there. We've been taking each year at a time, and it's a 3.5-hour video. So we've been taking it. We're so far behind watching this, but I don't know. Yeah, I miss him. I miss Toothboy.
This community, this channel, wants to see this hotel succeed just as much as I do. All right, as you can see, the sun has gone behind the mountains, and the day began unloading 14 pallets of these cement bags. Each one of them weighs just over 3,000 pounds. And right now, we are down.
And right now,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so we're not done. The 5 ton's actually on its way back down.
There's about a 3-second delay on YouTube. I've got it on in the car. Nathan is at the cross training. So YouTube 3-second delay. Yeah, man. Get on to, like, I don't know, Valora and FTL, faster than light with Beam and Valora. We I don't know, like how good is the latency? Do you want to do a latency check? What's the how we do this? Okay. Well, I'll say a letter. Valora is nearly 0. Okay, well, let's try it. I'll do a number again. So get your numbers ready. Between 1 and 9. I'm going to say a number I'm going to say it out loud as well as in my head. No, I'll say it out loud only. The number is 2. There it is. Bam, dude. Wow. That is quick. That is really quick. That is great. That was fast, Crown Joe. Fully. Yeah, dude. That's insane, right? That's virtually here next to me. Yeah, that's crazy. I love it. I love it.
Now, that run will be after dark. We can get 4 on that. So
I cannot watch Valora in a Tesla. Oh, because they don't allow... Yeah, the Tesla in-car entertainment is very locked down, isn't it? That's the power of web RTC. Well, I'm just using RTMP, actually. Yeah. Yeah, right. I haven't changed that, actually.
Before these gone, I might take a little bit more in my truck. So that means that we will have moved 12 of the pallets at least We'll see if we can get another truck down here and run the rest of them up, because tomorrow, same thing's happening, more coming. So it's only going to get worse. So I want to get as many up there as we can.
Netsky's too. Is that really when you saw it, Netsky, on Pilled? Now that was about 38 seconds to 40 seconds ago. Really? That's when you... Holy shit, man. Netsky's, was that for real on Pilled? Laugh my fucking ass off. Let me be clear about this, dude. So, and by the way, Doug, you're watching on YouTube. Can we do a test now for YouTube, Valora, and Pilled? I think Net's taking the piss. Well, maybe he is, but we'll see if he is taking the piss. Right now, I'm going to say another number and we'll do the test again. So we're going to go with YouTube, Valora, and Pilled. And if anyone's watching on Kick, you can join in as well. I'm going to say a number. As soon as you hear the number, you enter the number and press enter in the chat. It's going to be a number between 1 and 9. The number is 4. There's Valora. Damn, there's Valora again. And Netsky said, yep, didn't actually say 4. We haven't heard from YouTube or Pilled yet. I'm waiting. Either way, this wait proves my point. That's unusable, right? In terms of latency. You want interactive? Don't be watching on tick, 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 yeah. Valora is the future. Dude, this is sick. I'm about to sneeze. But I don't want to miss the 4. I put 2 in when you say it. Seems ages ago now. You put 2 in when you saw me say it. So you haven't even seen there's 4 on YouTube. Thank you, Aero Gamer. Oh, that's Doug. Thank you, Doug. But that was a long time. So it hasn't even hit Pilled yet, but it's done YouTube. 30 seconds on YouTube. Come on over, everyone. And there's 4 on Kick. Netskis. I thought you were on Pilled though. Which one were you watching on? Either way, folks, unusable. My advice, use this referral link in the YouTube chat and bring yourself to Valora.tv and enjoy next to zero latency streaming. Heck yeah.
The process of getting them up there is so hard, and we haven't even begun. You know, we haven't even started the mixing, which is just going to be insane. But that's going to start on Saturday.
Hey, Davo. How you doing, Davo?
So I need to get these things up there. So
Davo, have you joined over to the Valora yet? Hit that link. I just put it in the YouTube chat. It's above you. Join up, man. Come on over to Valora. Even if it's just to claim your profile, claim your handle, Davo8830. You want to claim that? Someone else might get it. You might have to go Davo8831 or 29. Get it, man. Do it.
Now, I'm going to do some laundry.
Now!
So I need to get these things up there. So for now, I'm going to do some laundry.
So for now, what's with this?
It's Thursday, so I need to get these things up there. So for now.
Something about just the way he talks it's captivating.
And we haven't even begun. You know, we haven't even started the
Unwavering.
mixing,
Unwavering.
Going to be insane. That's going to start.
Wait.
And we haven't even begun. You know, we haven't even started the mixing, which is just going to be insane. But that's going to start on Saturday. It's Thursday, so I need to get these things up.
You know, we could just get like very, very generic ones, like him saying it's Thursday. And when I stream on a Thursday, you can just put it in that it's Thursday.
Which is just going to be insane. But that's going to start on Saturday. It's Thursday, so I need.
Let's grab it. Let's grab it, man. We might as well, right? QuickTime, new audio recording. Puts it over here by default. I drag it back over. We start recording.
Started the mixing, which is just going to be insane. But that's going to start on Saturday. It's Thursday, so I need to get these things up there. So
it's Thursday. What we want is that. It's Thursday. And we'll just save it as it's Thursday. Save. It's Thursday. And I'll get a screenshot of this lovely man's head. There we go. Done.
So for now,
for now,
laundry and get ready to go.
Maybe offer a personal alert for subbies. There is one, isn't there? That's what we did, but it doesn't work, Dale. I set that up for you, right? Netsky, hello from Beam. Hello, Netskis. Do you want to do a quick beam latency test? Because beam is the first point of the first touch point. So I'll say a number and you tell me when you hear it on beam. Good for that, Netskis? Here we go. The number is 8. There it is. Oh, Valora was first. And still haven't got it yet on beam. How's that happening? Yeah, do it, Netskis. So Netski, something's wrong, man. There it is, 8 on beam. Wait. So Valora got it before beam got it? Bah? It's got to go through beam to get to Valora. 8-second latency on beam, but beam is the first point of entrance. It's got to go to beam and then go to Valora. I don't get that. I like it. I don't understand it though. How does that work? And there's YouTube. Wow. Okay. Intriguing. Unless net slow is just slow as fuck. Interesting. Should have seen beam first. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. Yeah. Don't know what to tell you. I do know what to tell you. Come and watch on Valora. That's obvious, right? Interesting.
Well, as you can tell, it's far after dark, and I hear the 5-ton coming for the next load. We still have to load this in and get back up just to stay on schedule for tomorrow. So it's gonna be a late night. We're hoping to get at least 4 more pallets up tonight, and that'll keep us on schedule to get this thing going the next day.
Drop it.
All right, if you look out there, you can see the guys unloading. You see all the bags. You see people inside of the foundation getting the scaffolding ready. And I'm just stoked, It just fills me with a lot of gratitude that so many people care about this project. So many people are willing to help, no matter what. Just say the word and they're here. And a project like this just wouldn't happen otherwise. I don't know how you get a project.
You'll get a D-Live response, but only after you're dead. Have you noticed in the Discord, there are still people going live on D-Live. There are new streams, like your D-Live live, the first stream on D-Live, they're getting posted. People are signing up to D-Live and doing their first stream. It's crazy. I told you do. No, you told me that, but that was like a week ago. You're telling me that people have left the app open on their phone for over a week to stream on a platform that no one else can view? Doesn't make any sense. Like, if you've kept the app on your phone, happy times for you. The bulk of people didn't. So you're streaming somewhere that no one can view it. Like, I've met dumb and I've met dumber, but that's dumbest. It's just a goof. It's just crazy. Who's doing that? Why are they doing that?
Like this done without having just an army,
Valora's not loading for you. Netsky, I'd say your internet's having a hissy fit, dude. You're on beam and you had an 8-second latency and you can't load Valora. I'd say your internet's down.
So thank you guys. You're watching this. You're the reason that this place is coming back to life.
We're gonna throw a pallet upstairs. And we're gonna take it. Yeah, we'll just take it. So, all right, we're up here. Chris Cam is taking over filming. We are in day 2. We have the whole crew back. Scotty is back. Trevor. All of this is going into those walls, and it'll be the end of the concrete era of the basement, which I think we're all looking forward to. We got a dozen people here, maybe more. We're figuring everything out on the fly. It's gonna be a good day. We got some usuals up here, as well as some new folks.
Some usuals.
And I'm very excited.
Strange wording.
As I see this thing coming together, I just can't help but think of the history of the town, the history of the hotel, and just the dreams and ambitions of everybody that came before me. Cerro Gordo was established in 1865 and grew to be the largest silver mine in California. The original hotel hosted some of the most infamous characters of the American West. I think about how hard those owners must have pushed to have it built. And yet, even with all that, it was mostly forgotten about over the years.
My hope, my dream is to make sure Cerro Gordo is never forgotten about.
Any word on if anyone got paid from D-Live? Interesting you should raise that. You know what? We'll pause this here because we're going to take this in segments. We'll come back to this another time. We'll finish up here. Oh, I just want to get a screenshot of the time that I'm at, 2:31. Interesting you should bring that up because I saw the message that if you had requested your payment before April 12, then you should have been paid by today or by now. Now, I requested 2 payments. The first one I requested was on the 15th of April, so that puts it into the next round of payments. And then I requested one about a day or 2 before D-Live went ta-ta, which would put it in the same round of payments. So I should be getting 2 payments from D-Live in the next batch, which if they do it monthly by the 12th, mine should come through before the 12th or around about the 12th of June. Again, it's not urgent for me, but I'm waiting to make sure it comes through, obviously. Yeah. Other people who have received their payments by now, I guess, they've got their shit together. I hope they have anyway, because if D-Live's, I mean, to be fair, they've been pretty open about it and they've been posting in the Discord and letting everyone know the dates and the times. And, you know, they did open up that final, even though they did it the wrong way. They said, look, if you had money left over, you can withdraw it now. No minimums and no 4,500 minimum, whatever. So that, I mean, that was, you know, after years of slapping you across the face, they finally come up and gave you a kiss. That's the kind of thing. Hey, let's find someone to raid on the Beam stream. On the Valora. Let me do this. I've got a button here that hopefully will bring up Valora that brings up the ChatGPT and then it brings up Valora. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that works. And it zooms it in nicely. Okay, cool. And look at that hideous head right there. Get him out of there. Before we raid someone, let's just have a little look around the platform and see if anything's changed in the last little while. Let's go to Valora. We've got 7 viewers on the Gizminute channel. Your community, my community. Oh, okay. Interesting. I didn't know that came up there. That means these are the channels I've subbed to. This is my community. And Fuse is the only one live. It's like the sidebar, but it shows you who's live on the sidebar. By the way, I'm not gonna follow or host Hotbeats TV or this channel, Michaelewski, or Cute Avalanche. These 3 channels are just pumping what I'd consider to be just rather tedious content. In fact, it's not even live. In fact, this channel, Michaelewski, actually says this is not live to make it very clear. So, yeah, I just don't want to promote those channels. By the way, I'm trying to be honest about this. I don't have anything against that content, but it's not the content I want to consume. I'd rather find a streamer who is trying to do something instead of relying on, you know, just generic fed-in content. That's just my take on it, but I could be wrong. Let's go down the platform. Free games. Okay, so these are games you can get for free. Okay, cool. Streamers to watch. Myself, Hotbeats TV, Trixie, 2007. Trixie. See all streams. So there are 16 streams live right now. So we're hovering around that 13 to 15 to 16 amount whenever we come in here. By the way, has that always been like that? Most viewers, I can't remember. Let's see. Let's change to the newest streamer first. Here we go. The T-Bone Slice Live is the newest streamer. Let's take a look at the T-Bone. Uh-oh. 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 Yo, Doug. See you soon, man. Couple of weeks. Have a good night. Something is going on, Crown Joe. Yeah, what was that? Change back to the most newest streamer. Hit it. Uh-oh! Okay, so we can't hit it from that way. Okay. Try another streamer. Yeah, that's a good point. Try a different stream. I want to do it that way, though. I want to go through see all streams. I want to change to newest and not choose the T-Bones slice. Trixie. Let's try Trixie. Uh-oh! Shit. Okay, maybe it doesn't work from there. Let's try from here. Let's just try anyone on the sidebar here. Caroline of Maine. Uh-oh! Oh, no. We can't hit anybody? What about from the wheel? When I go to the main side, it's a black screen. Mavis Pharmacy? Uh-oh. Can't do it. Can't do it, folks. Let's see if we can hit fuse. No. Okay, so we can't. So something's wrong. We can't watch anybody. Uh-oh. Well, can we go to my stream? My profile? Uh-oh. We can't even go to my profile. Uh-oh. Schismatism, Araz. What about my dashboard? I can't go anywhere. Neither can I. My dashboard comes up. Let's go back to Valora. Uh-oh. See what happens. Let's try Hot Beats TV. Watch live. Uh-oh. Shit. All right, folks. Well, I can't host anybody then. Can't do it. Something's wrong. Enter in the chat Net TV to tell us why we should be using Pilled and not Valora. That's going to happen any second, but I'm going to try to end my stream before he can get a chance to do that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. I'm working tomorrow. I'll see you guys sometime soon. Whenever it is, whatever it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Thanks for hanging out with me. Take care. Don't forget to farkle in the chat. Thanks for being here live with me. Hopefully Valora sorts that out. Yeah. Look how zoomed in I am up there. Hideous head. Take care. Thanks, Crown Joe. Farkle in that chat. Now, why does the music cut out there again? Oh, I know why. I gotta fix that. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. See ya.